This is like when I thought the next episode of Doctor Who was out on New Year's Day.
I know, you were so sad, weren't you?
And
You
then
sat
it's
down.
May.
She sat down, bless her, she sat down ready for the next episode of Doctor Who, like got her blanket and her snacks and her drink and everything, and then came through to me with a gumpy look on her face and just went, "It's not till May." I'm sorry, honey. You'll have to just rewatch some old seasons instead. So here's our Psyker. He's a Sanctioned Psyker. Oh, it's behind the stuff scenes when you pause it. One, look at me learning. This is our Psyker tank. He's a Biomancy Psyker with the warrior archetype, which basically means that he uses psychic powers to buff his melee abilities and then hits people in the face. It's great. It's really capable. And super tanky. Last time, we played through the prologue of the game. So we basically found out we were heir to a rogue trader house, and then within a very short space of time, the rogue trader herself and all her other heirs died to a mutiny. A chaos-fueled mutiny, which ended with us fighting the other heir, who'd turned into a chaos spawn. We have therefore been named rightful heir to the warrant of trade, and this ship, this Firestorm class escort ship. And yeah, so it's so we got our own ship. We've got our own ship, and we found ourselves kind of stranded in this system. We translated out of warp because we were at warp when all the mutiny went down, and the navigator's dead, and the engine seer's dead, and lots of our crew are dead. So we need to replace that, and so we're in the Coronas Expanse, and we get to go to this map here, where we will see the events of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronas Expanse. This sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you will get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new, uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the Expanse. What you see before you now is a map of one such system. Yes, it will be. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest, then click left mouse button on it to initiate the event or to open the planet view. So we have ship. New. We've got a few places we can go. Urac 5, which is where the Navis Nobilitae live. We can get ourselves a new navigator there, hopefully. Rykad Majoris, currently showing no objectives. Things you can touch! Like, right. We've got not explored planet, but it's saying visit Riccardi Filia, the prison planetoid. You haven't missed the giveaway, Ravengard. We're going to be doing that through a good portion of the stream, so that lots of people get a chance to enter, because we've only got the one copy to give away for now. So, and Ricard Minoris, scan is required. New Blood, Machine Spirit Keeper, and land on Ricard Minoris. And then an unidentified void ship. So, I'm going to start off here at Urac 5. We need a new navigator. And if I'm right... Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilitae continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urac 5 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. Oh, Ravengard, our navigator super died. Basically, mutiny on board. They were attacking the navigator whilst we were at warp. Bad idea. The navigator kind of fought through literal demonic possession to get us out of the warp, to translate us back into real space, but the effort of it killed him. So we are sans navigator and cannot re-enter the warp at all for now. So, yeah. The giveaway is live. If you'd like to be in with a if you would like to be in for a chance to win a copy of this magnificent game by Owlcat Games, just put !ticket in the chat. Just the once, everybody gets one free entry if you want it. Head go push. head. I know, Raven, I was explaining for those who might not know. Don't forget, we have a wide variety of people who come to visit the chat, some of whom are incredibly experienced with all things Warhammer 40,000 like you and myself, and some for whom this is a new thing. So, we need to shop for a navigator, but the navigator guild are a bit salty. We need to shop for a new engine seer. And we need to shop for several thousand new naval crew. No big. Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Krieg happy shovel noises. Woo! Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. Okay. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigator's heralds ignoring us? Cadia stands. Cadia is gravel. I mean, he's not wrong when you look at the facts. We're going to dock. Order the crew to commence docking. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigator's blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Okay. Explore the station. Scan it. Let's land. Cadia is not a place. It is a people. Alright, Asgard. We should probably do these level ups, right? Can we do these level ups? Maybe once we're on the ground. Abaddon needed 13 Black Crusades to destroy one planet. Yeah, you know. As things go, compared to the Tyranids, he's not that scary, really. When you compare number of planets destroyed... Just saying. Oh, everything looks like it's going swimmingly here. You know?
You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
Ooh.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Observe. Salty. Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orselio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. Alright. In the name of House Orselio, I command you to execute the infidels. Oh, okay. Slightly delayed reaction from the character models there, but... You'll be condemned to Skyrim. Ah, you're finally awake. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. Hi. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Desist, brother. It was the Emperor's will that brought me to this abode. No one has the right to interpret his will so freely, brother, Wait, I recognize your coat of arms. You must be a lord of the Von Valentius dynasty. Yes, I'm absolutely positive, in fact. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urac 5 is a holy sanctum for Horse Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say that you are not on the guest list. Stand back, his eyes throbbing! If I was a guardsman, I would just poke a heretic navigator's third eye out. What will it do then? I feel like you would still end up spilling some warp by doing that. I think the moment you pierced the eyelid, you'd unleash some bad. I came here... provide me with a navigator and I will immediately depart the station. Simples. I do not think this is possible. Urac 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. And besides, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. What's happening? Where did all these corpses come from? Who made all these bodies? Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the nobility, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Urac 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum! I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Stab him in the eye from behind, exactly. Exactly. Power sword through the skull from the back, sorted. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. Can I help you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favour under different circumstances, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness, but you may actually succeed. In order to ascend the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement, so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. That fateful hour is now upon us. How do I power the elevator? Do you reckon he's lying? The station's main cogitator is situated... from Rogue Trader to Isaac the Engineer, yeah. It's situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided, descendant of the Von Valentius line? I will rescue your mistress, but in return I require that House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. So be it. Hurry. The mistress's safety is all that matters, but should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Okay. I've made a friend.
Marching on.
What have we got? A body? Hey, another multi-key. Looting a lot of those. It's nice. I get the GDPR procedures are needed, but smearing the blood of your ancestors on a stick to make the lift work, it's a bit much. Yeah, that's fair.
The Whispers told me how.
The corpses were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery.
What deeds await us?
Oh, boing. Nice. What have we got over here then?
This ocular implant
Oh God!
is a worthwhile investment.
The conspirators are trying to break into the guard rooms. Let's do these level ups first, just whilst I think about it. We need a new talent. Can we do any of these? Oh, force weapons. That's what I want my character to ultimately have, is force weapons. Knifey spoony time. I can learn how to enforce reality, psychic barrages. I think I need, like... Ramming speed, increased charge distance. That's not a bad idea. Charge and slash. Don't end their movement. Charge not ending my movement could be really useful. There's so many of these. Got all these talents. There's character customization is amazing in this. I've got to say, it's like you can do a lot. The standard ones are way too short. The 3 meters will go home. This is cool. All of Psyker's attacks, including attacking psychic powers, now poison enemies. It deals 3 plus 3 times his psi rating toxic damage at the start of each of the enemy's turns. Sad that you can't get a Thunder Hammer as a regular human being. Meh, yeah, we can work towards it. Sounds like a Pomeranian sneezing. I can't even argue. I can't even argue that. His strange vitality. Whenever we're under the effect of psychic powers, they gain +5 toughness for each of the effects. Not bad. You looked up where Pomerania is. Sanguine Siphon's cool. Every time you gain damage, you gain a stack of Sanguine Siphon, and when you take fatal damage, the stacks are removed to reduce the damage to try and make it non-fatal. It's kind of cool. For me, it's either poison or being able to move after charging. Just past Narnia at the M25. I think move after charging is good. Charge into an enemy and then reposition. Which one was it? Oh, bums. I've forgotten. Rigorous training. Charge and slash don't end their movement. Yeah. Ooh, toughness? I'm getting real tanky. Real tanky here. Putting a sign on the high voltage cupboard door that reads "Shortcut to Narnia" is wrong. I just don't want to be right. Oh no. Okay, then we've got Abelard, who's also a warrior. So he's going to have access to some fairly similar things. We already took rigorous training with him, didn't we? Yeah. So he is going to get... I mean, increased charge distance seems pretty sensible, I'm not going to lie. When the warrior is hit while under the Endure effect, their damage deflection is increased by 1. Oh, so the Endure is this one that gives them essentially toughness bonus worth of damage deflection, and after they get hit, they get more of it. Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of good. Blade Flurry needs Breakthrough. What does Breakthrough do? Not sure. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior's next melee attack against that enemy deals a bonus 5 damage. Kind of cool. Enrage, if they've got less than half their wounds, they get more crit chance. Epicenter of Slaughter. Whenever they're attacked, they gain a stack of it. And the stacks give them wounds at the start of their turn. That's not bad. Additional 3 damage to enemies that are isolated. That's tempting. Oh, or straight up damage deflection. And parry. Yes. He's going to get some weapon skill. I want him to start hurting folk. Right, Adira. Our operative Psyker. It's an interesting combo. Intelligence. And this is a common talent. So... anything but operative ones. Let's see what she could get for being a Psyker. If hitting from long range deals more damage, cool. That's the force weapon one. Oh, wait. She's got, isn't she Voidborn? She is Voidborn. There we go. At the beginning of every combat, the Psyker's allies gain 15% crit chance. The first crit removes this effect. Allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain an additional bit of armor penetration. That's cool.
I'm a potato.
I'm a potato. Yeah, Edge of Fate. Bonus crit for everyone, just because she's there. And, best girl. Argenta, the sister of battle, ballistic skill. There's no question in my mind about that. Ballistic skill. And then... what else is good? Hang on, there's I remember there's an upgrade for Revel in Slaughter. Archetype talents. Swift Slaughter. Yes, can be used in two kills instead of 3. It's important. It's important. Sounds like heresy. Unnatural luck sounds like heresy. Heresy is magic.
Over there.
Oh, there's a lot of traps here. Let's go on, best girl. I'm not saying that the Sister of Battle is the Karlach of this game. I'd rather be skilled with ballistics than being considered a talented projectile. I feel like that's an important distinction too. Yeah, ballistic skill is about being... I like the skill that's literally named "There are bullets for everyone."
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Many of these unfortunate souls took their own lives by slicing their guts wide open. Fun! Oh, fabulous prizes. Might as well loot it all. Ooh. Stand firm, we must not let the miscreants defile House Orselio. Mind control or devotees? Well, who knows, really? Oh my god! Okay. Oh shit! There's loads of them. There's like enemy guards down there and all sorts. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Well, they've not got many hit points each. They've got a Medicae over there. Boy. Give me 2 crack grenades and throw me at a Chaos Space Marine. Legend has it you have to fight one later in this, and I'm not... I've got to admit, I'm not wild about the notion. Oh, we're in setup phase. Okay, so I'm going to go there with Abelard, ready to run down, and our 2 ranged bods are going to be up top. You'll be fine, you can only die once. So about that. I can die as many times as I like.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer.
Argenta! Straight in with the kill. Straight in with the first kill. You need to find the legendary plot armor. Here's a commander. So he's got officery type abilities, I think. Giving his teammates free turns, yeah. My off-stream character's a noble officer. It's quite a fun way to play.
My prescience has failed me. Can I
Jeez.
fall back now?
Abalog, get in there.
I will do my duty.
Can't shoot anymore. I haven't given him a second weapon yet either. Never mind. That's fine. He's going to stand there behind the cover and tank like a boss. Idira is going to mark up this guard. And then blow him away. Oh, he's out of range. Fine, we'll blow him away.
Be gone.
Didn't need your brain, did you? Just switched it off. Pick me up with a knife and chuck me at a ship with 4 melter charges attached to me. Oh, that's another thing that I did not realise is in this game. There is apparently void ship combat. There's turn-based ship-to-ship combat as well. So it's not all just on the ground here. Later in the game, there is actually ship-to-ship combat, someone was saying. I'm like, oh, I was hoping there was, but I didn't want to get my hopes up too high. But now I'm excited by the very notion of that. Oh, there's just loads of guards in. Ah, he shot his mate. Ah, you silly spade. What do you like, eh? Right, do the buffs on yourself, first and foremost. Can't reach him, but you would absolutely kill him if you could, wouldn't you? Ooh, boy. Right, I'm going to need you to dash into cover. It's the ability's name. It's a psychic ability that gives plus 10 strength and toughness till the end of combat. Like, you cast it, it's done. You are buffed. It's really cool. You're going to run forwards, you're going to hit the endurance. Because endurance goes off your toughness bonus. So by buffing my toughness bonus, I now use this, and all damage I take is reduced by 6, and I've got 6 temporary hit points. And essentially, my little Psyker becomes very hard to kill by focusing hard on toughness. The amount that gives also increases later on, because this calculation is 10 plus 4 times my Psyker rating. And currently I'm a Psyker rating 0. Goes up to 4. So that'll go up to 26 points of strength and toughness, which is quite a nice boost. Because that's, yeah. You shot your mate! I'm so glad that they keep doing that. Damn, Argento, that's a really bad shot. Come on, 30%! Why have you only got a 30% shot at him? Just got an auto pistol offhand. Which is a 15%. Argento's forgotten how to shoot. Oh, look, the burst fire is more likely to hit him.
Eradicated.
That did the trick. Revel in slaughter. More ballistic skill, crit damage, and crit chance for the rest of the fight. Rough or rogue? Rough trader, yeah. Probably one of the best jobs to be a rogue trader. The only person who can give you any trouble is an inquisitor or other traders. Yeah, basically, rogue traders are one of the most free types of people in the Imperium. They are given carte blanche to pretty much do whatever the hell they please. And you're right, more or less the only people who can tell them otherwise is an inquisitor or sometimes a higher ranking rogue trader. Like there might be other rogue traders who are more important. But by and large, yeah, oh yeah, these two tanky lads. Have you seen this?
I've seen worse battles than this in my
charge. Can we charge him? Yeah, we're in. Hit the Medicaid. Hit him again! Yeah!
Victory is imminent.
And now just hit Endure, and we'll also hit his Brace for Impact, which is once per combat, that gives him another point of damage, another 2 points of damage reduction. So he's taking -7 damage from all sources, which is quite nice. Idira can't quite reach the next cover, which is a ball ache. She can do that. Has this got the range to kill him? Has this got the range to kill him? Absolutely not. Okay. I too would be hiring Xenos onto my ship if I was a rogue trader. So apparently also later in this game you get to make a lot of decisions on exactly how dogmatic you're going to be to the Imperial Creed. Xenos weapons, Xenos allies even later on. You can go full heretic and start accepting ruinous powers. If you want to. We'll buff Abelard as well with this toughness bonus. Makes sense. Hey, Vorten, how you doing, dude? Except Tau, I can't stand Tau. Well, you know, to each their own. God, Defender. Oh! Axed in the face. Chat command is !ticket, Vorten. Everybody gets one, and we'll draw it at 11 o'clock. So, yeah, I love that we've got to get a copy of this game to give away. It's a brilliant little game. It's, oh, that did barely anything. All I lost was temporary hit points. Bolt gun? Or bolt gun? I love the burst fire on this. Just pick an area that needs to die. Let's go. I'm going to aim for the injured one. This might all miss, but... It did not. It did not all miss. They were like 13% chances to hit, and I got 2 out of 4 hits.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Do that. She could go full momentum now and actually take another turn if I wanted. She's almost out of ammo, though, so it's not quite worth it. I don't know why you're so surprised that a shitty stub pistol did F all to your troops. Oh, he dodged it. Come here.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
You big rude. Ooh, that's starting to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, just move over.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. I took care of this one.
Chain sword. And then when it's Toolbox's turn, he should be able to pretty much ruin everyone that's left, I think. Especially if Adira turns this guard inside out. 27 damage against his, like, 6 hit points. Yeah, no, it's fair. I think my character's wearing heavier armor than I remembered and stuff, so... We're going to charge. And then we're going to attack. Oh, fine, we'll do a heroic move, and we'll just level 4 attacks at his face until he stops. Parried one. Didn't parry the second one, did you? I need more weapon skill. I'm getting parried and dodged too often. Let's get looting. Do that.
A nice little stroll.
That went very well. That fight, I thought. We took care of ourselves very nice. That, hang on, was some kind of special one. Oh, it was just a scrappy. Had a different icon. Like, see this one with the little arrows. Means there's something special about it. But the special thing about that gun was it's crap. That one guy didn't have 3 carapace armors. When you loot one body, it also loots nearby enemy bodies as well. So what you're seeing there was a chunk of loot off a number of them, rather than loads of stuff on one guy. Intercepted conversation between security officers. Tremendous honour! Yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard. By the God Emperor! Well, you're a strapping lad, you'll probably make it for a cycle or 3. It has worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn into mush? I may rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little shit stain that kept stealing our low. Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fisheye, be quiet! He might hear you. Okay. So there's the child, which doesn't sound like an ominous title for something at all. A good majordomo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds for the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care, so that the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. The lessons below will help you separate the precious seeds from the vile thorns to cultivate the perfect garden for any lady navigator. Lesson 1. A faithful servant always makes sure their mistress's rooms and garments are clean. Lesson 2. A faithful servant will never offer their mistress the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. Lesson 3. A faithful servant offers their mistress a glass of fresh water upon waking. Lesson 4. A faithful servant tastes each dish and every drink before serving it to their mistress. Lesson 5. A faithful servant will have mastered the art of styling their mistress's hair. This is just how to butler. But I'm taking it.
Carry the
Just
Emperor's
trying
will
to
as
collect
your
a
torch.
set for a wedding present. Whoopsie. Data crypt H40KO. I'll take it. Statue by the famous Calixian sculptor and chronicler Zacharias Vernon the Magnificent, the 23rd year of this millennium.
I go
Original.
where the whispers lead.
Do you hear the voices too? Mutated flesh sample. Yum. Ooh, a Ripper auto pistol. Slightly more damage than a normal auto pistol, and with a rate of fire of 8, meaning that pistol burst is crazy. More armor pen as well. So it's just a better auto pistol. Nice. I'll take it. So, important lesson number 1 that I learned through a little bit of play. Most of your characters have got 2 weapon sets. You can have a complete set of weapons in here, 2 one-handers, or a 2-hand, and the same in here. It costs nothing to swap between these at will in combat. You can switch back and forth in the space of a turn as many times as you like. So essentially, consider you just have extra weapons equipped. You just have extra weapons equipped. The one thing you have to be careful of is if you want your character to be able to do attacks of opportunity, make sure you've switched back to a melee weapon set before you end your turn. That's important. But yeah, the fact that you can just have them equipped and ready to
The
go
sooner we start,
is let's go through this side door first. Before we use this main door over here, this obvious main door. Whoop! Whoa! Steady. The Imperium does not think too much pomp is a thing. No, those giant statues are frankly rather understated. Navigator flesh sample.
the crew
Yum.
continues to mourn Lady Theodora. I
Good.
fear it may affect the performance of their duties in service of the Lord Captain.
Why are we pausing? Oh, because of the trap. The thing for which is on the door? Oh no, it's through the door.
Ominous lurks ahead.
Can we go round? We can clear that, look. Athletics 90. Oh, dead guy. Ooh, noble silk gloves, +5 persuasion. What do we think? I'm not wearing anything at the moment. I might as well take the... Hang on. Who's got the best persuasion? I love that we can do this. Oh no, I thought we could. And have it show everyone's persuasion. Maybe only during level ups. Oh well. 30, 35, 30, 30. So, if I give... Ah, damn it. It's also our tech use guy at the moment. Except he's not actually very good at tech use. 25, 35. Give him to her. Ah, she's got gloves on. Ah! And I'll put those on. Gloves of Persuasion does sound like brass knuckles. It does sound a lot like brass knuckles, doesn't it? Don't worry. I'll go and get my gloves of persuasion. Just a touch. Yeah, so a really nice thing about this game, which players of CRPGs for years and years have wanted, whenever in dialogue or in the world,
Premonition runs
there is the
true.
need for a skill check. For any reason, it will always use the highest of that skill in your party. So even if it's your main character that's gone to speak to the governor, if there is a tech use check that comes up, it will use Idira's right now skill to make that test. Meaning that you can quite happily spread those skills around your party in order to... Oh, I can... Wait, how do I... So you can disarm it from this side.
The Emperor favors me today.
There we go.
The future is never
So yeah, you can
certain.
spread your skills around and it'll work quite well. Hello? Did you hear the screams? Move! Hi. Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. Interesting. What was that? Now I see you're in league with them. Is this an insurrection? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors! Things are getting a bit wibbly on this station. Oh, damn! Oh, shit! Whoa. You killed them all. I know. You're all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? They told me. They whispered. Who are you? Oh, and then he just died. Fun. Guess I'll have your stuff then. Cheers, pal. He slipped. Yeah. Oh, data crypt H41. Okay.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Spawn vulture. Not in this game, Josephson. There will be no spawning of cows on me today. Was that another Ripper? Or was it just a regular one? I think it was just a regular one that we got. Add to cargo. What's through the doors? Oh, they're locked. Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growths, yum, so he could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium on the flesh of the Navis nobility, just as we thought navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery, but let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised, I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All of the data related to the experiment were recorded to data crypt K040H. I will get back to them later once I'm done with experiment H41OK. Oh, these are all similar but slightly different. Yeah, they are. Well, I've got a feeling we're going to need to carefully choose one of these. We know you fear the cow. Why do I have the integration? Is the integration still on? Shouldn't be. Ah, yeah, that should automatically turn itself off when we're not playing it. I fixed it! Hooray for me! What do we got here? Awaken the cogitator spirit. Awaken the cogitator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The cogitator's insides emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the cogitator's systems. Request data on the station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the main screen. Felic Orselio. Location, main hall. Status, alive. Theobald Orselio. Location, upper chambers. Status, alive. Calamira Orselio. Excuse me. Location, upper chambers. Status, deceased. Alexius Orselio. Location, lower levels. Status, deceased. Rasmus Estevan Orselio. What a name! Location unknown. Status, deceased. The Child. Location, upper chambers. Biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress level exceeds the permissible limit. Status unknown error. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact a station keeper or the Navis Laboratorium custodian. Nice. Examine the log. The archive data stored on the Cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. Box report. This is Officer A282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated on the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The Tech Priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back... Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants, instant residual log, have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6 and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officers. This is the captain speaking. We attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. Jesus Christ! What an announcement for a captain to make. Anyone could be a traitor. So shoot anyone that you think is a little bit shifty today. Or you just don't like. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. Recent entries of the incident log. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have their remains reprocessed. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Good. Data expunged. Good. Docking log. Identity confirmed. Regent Aronto Orselio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Security and life support. Damage in technical compartments A12, B3, D8 and H24 detected. Living quarters L10, L16, L28 depressurized. Unable to access the station's docking system. Energy regulation system unknown error. The station's screwed. What about the encrypted data? Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. Tech use 25, 63% chance. Hacha! Nailed it! You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processors were unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the Purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child delete, picked flow, disable access code, annual station controls, delete activate, shuttle, self-defense, destruct, purge command log. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report mentioning that the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, "Only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Theobald had not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that..." Ooh. Call Recab Minoris. System cannot carry out your command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the Cogitator's mechanisms. Main chamber controls. Hey, let's open all the doors. What could go wrong? Yeah, Raven, they probably will be quite angry. The Cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirits had fled their mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect as it fills with static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Aha. Good. Logic 40, 75% chance. Hacha! Ooh. Here's one of the doors that the chamber has opened. Hang on. What do the others do? Hacha? This door has already been opened. This door has been opened. Compartment you're trying to open is depressurized. Hey, door opened. This door is open. Oh. Did I do a bad thing? Oh, is this the main door? When in doubt, chat, click all the binary. Click all the binary. Tech Priest wouldn't want us touching all the different toasters they have now. Main elevator controls. Activate the elevator. We needed that as well. Return to the list. Step away from the Cogitator.
Let's proceed.
Ooh, stuff. We got here carapace chest plate. This is a light armor giving 20% armor. Who wears light? You do. It's better than your armored body glove. I'll take it. Long las. Whoa! Hold the phone.
I'm restless.
Second weapon. Long las. She's got the bolt gun. The bolt gun for heavy work and the long las for long range stuff. Good. And Adira gets to wear this carapace armor. Nice. Now cut open a servitor and put some oil on the machine, right? Oh, tech use 88.
Over.
We're in.
I dare not.
I like the
provoke
tech use is
whispers.
basically the lockpicking of this game. More cargo stuff. If anything automatically goes over... Oh, that's a door we opened. So if any items appear that automatically go on the left, they are just cargo. Pretty much, from what I can tell. Warp Seer's Goggles grants your bonus willpower in Law Warp. That feels like
Did you
Adira
want
should
something?
be wearing it. Right? Or me, maybe? No, Adira. Puts her up to 41 because she gets 6 points. Yep. Okay, let's go see what this main door's got for us. Oh, hello. Heresy
The
has
light
found
of
its
terror
way.
shines for us.
Why did it get all wibbly out here? Don't know if I like that. Not sure if I'm a fan.
A soldier would have been
Someone
disciplined for
disrupted
such
this
a
experiment in
performance.
the most brutal fashion. It was impossible to determine what was inside. Is that because we failed the test? Medicaid test failed! We rolled a 100, which is an auto fail. Whoops! Oh, hello. Biogel. Black water. Unidentified acid. Okay. Your squad looks like a random group of Imperial Guard command staff. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. A psi crystal. Flesh sample. What is all
Whatever
this?
you wish.
Datacrypt K040H. Forced extension of reagent sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory or find something. Oh my goodness. Lady Cassia's Medicaid. Hello there. Hello there. What does it say? More and more servants are being influenced by the Immaterium. It has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty. I strongly recommend finely grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The tech priests bless the datacrypt H41OK for the calculated number of chrono turns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. The datacrypt H40KO malfunctioned over the course of our research. I should remind the techmats to deliver this sacred mechanism into Magos Deoctius' capable hands. Like, a lot of this info is about the stuff we're picking up. So, and hello. There's a machine here we can put a load of stuff in. Okay. Remake the control rod. Can we just do that? Cool, we just did that. Adamantine. God, loads of experiment stuff. Fun! What does this Medicaid have to say? Hello there. They're all just lost their minds. Please don't kill me. Oh, nothing. A solid piece of adamantium. What goes in the transducer? Either the psi crystal or the adamantine. Right. Right, hang on. So what have I got here? I've got tissue flask, which can have the navigator flesh, the flesh, or the mutated flesh. I've got datacrypt connector, which can have any of these three Data things. Catalyst flask can do any of the 3 syringes that we picked up. Biogel, acid, or whatever. And what goes in number 4? I'm guessing ground up one of these, whatever transduced. So what did our info say then? We picked up like 2 things. The Navigator flesh from Keeper Theobald, which I'm guessing would be like Navigator flesh sample. But adamantine dust and black water turned out to be the worst idea. Don't do that. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. So, crushed up adamantine and a regular flesh sample? But then, which of these and which of these? This is the question. Needs a complex compound. But not black water. I don't know, man, all of this seems like heresy to me. Yeah, but it seems fun, doesn't it? And then there was a mutated flesh. Here we go. The corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts unusually to the crystals, which would be this, the psi crystal. Do not use acid under any circumstances. You know? Like... We can do both. We can do both. Okay. So we crush both of these. So. Tissue flask. Normal person. Can you save scum and use the acid anyway? I mean, probably. I can absolutely save scum here, Josephson. Catalyst flask. No. This was normal people. So, adamantine dust. And then it said, don't use black water and adamantine, because that's a bad idea. This one says don't use acid under any circumstances, but is that just for the... just for the mutant /crystal one, or... Oh, what was the data thing for this? K04OH. So that goes in here. K04OH. So we're looking at... It's not the black water because it's adamantine. I don't think the acid. So maybe try the biogel and see what happens. Boop! It exploded. I don't feel like that was the intended reaction. Let's try the other one. See if the acid is the right thing for this. If something eldritch comes out of this, I told you this was heresy. Fair. Fair. I was given every warning, really, when you think about it. Every reasonable chance to stop doing what I was doing. Right, that's in. That's K04OH. That's acid. And that's adamantine. Boop. Ooh! Goods. 6 elixirs of warp neutrality grants immunity to warp damage and inflicts a -10 penalty to fellowship, but the user can't deal warp damage until the end of combat. Ooh! Well. And can I do the other one? So the other one was... Hang on. Mutated flesh. You found a consumable item. Great. Crystals. It said don't use acid under any circumstances. I'm going to try the viscous goop. And which experiment log was this supposed to be? H410K. Boop. Six, adaptive antidote grants immunity to toxic damage and inflicts a -10 penalty to toughness until the end of combat. I mean, interesting. Interesting items that I've gained there. Alright, Lady Cassia's Medicae, I'm going to leave you to all of that.
I go where the whispers lead.
Last time I checked, yes, the Raven Guard is loyal. I just realised I think there was a door over here I didn't go through. Yes, this one. This one! Little door. There's also some loot over there that I didn't get. You do love to hate us, you do. Oh, hey! Hey, friendos. What doing? For some reason, the arch-enemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station. We're done for. They'll kill us all. I can't take it anymore. Why are these guys... Leave! Jeez, Yuva's cut his tongue off. Had his tongue cut off, like the rest of the lesser servant. Oh my god, I can't talk. Okay, that is just
This master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
Oh yes, master-crafted patellar augment. What is this I've just discovered? I'm clicking buttons at random and I've just discovered... Upgrade hull for 50 scrap? Oh my god, look, the ship is upgradable and has like... That's crazy. Oh my god. Posts. You can give people jobs. This is crazy. This is crazy! What? Okay, I'm going to get to that later. I'm going to be deeply excited by that later. Right, let's go back to this lift. Flagship implies fleet actions. It really does, doesn't it? It has the audacity. What happens if we... A control rod is required. I've got it. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Tell me more, what paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other with hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Good. Who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? My whisperers are giggling nastily. They will not speak, the naughty little things. They say tearing off the masks is your concern. Thanks. Everything is clear now. The station has enough problems without your sorcery, Psyker. You're literally a navigator. No, I'm keeping the key. What is the meaning of this? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and reports found on the station? You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The child is what the station's servants call Lady Cassia, for the commoners' dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they're still able to speak. Yeah, Josephson, pot, kettle, exactly. The madmen I fought were convinced we were the traitors. That's why they're insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dared to raise their hand against the scions of a noble bloodline? Servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. Destroying the shuttles, shutting off the power, disabling the security systems, too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you're aware, there were 2 keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orselio, the demented old man, obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen Urak 5 and our noble line. Yeah, but I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station systems, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed. This is not adding up. This guy's story is not adding up. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who is going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. I listened to a recording of a private conversation between the station's officers. You were very lenient towards them, purposefully neglecting the security protocols. I was lenient, this is true, and in the end I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. Enough lies, Felek! I suppose it's time to remove my mask. Congratulations, you've got me, but did you really expect me to be sincere this entire time? To welcome you with open arms, an ally of Tisiphone and her monster? The accursed child who has tormented the navigators of House Orselio for years? Don't make me laugh. You arrived to help her completely destroy our house, and I cannot let that happen. What are you babbling about? I know nothing of this Tisiphone or monsters of any kind. You do not? In that case, accept my sincere apology for the deception and my earlier behaviour. I had no intention of making an enemy of von Valencius. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Yeah, right, Crabs. Nor of destroying the station that served as my home for many years. They left me no choice. You cannot even imagine what monster lurks in the upper chambers. Raggy? No, Shaggy is not the monster that lurks in the upper chambers. Although, who knows, we haven't been up there yet. An evil, a plague, a pestilence on our bloodline that seeks to destroy House Orselio from within. And Theobald and his followers, just mindless fanatics serving this evil. Lady Cassia is a scion of a merciless tyrant, but it is not her relation to Tisiphone that is terrifying. She is a monster, whose powers drive servants insane in mere turns. A cursed child who can kill a navigator from the Orselio bloodline with just a look. I alone managed to get close enough to her over the years. She lowered her guard and trusted me, and at long last I rid my house of the curse. This is the truth. Is it my character in Spanos' Kitchen Sink Rimworld mod pack? Could be. Could well be, couldn't it? If your cursed child agrees to become no navigator, save everyone. You do not understand, this is... You are correct, this may work. It certainly is possible. You're going to need this charm. If you manage to press it against the monster's skin, whether by force or by guile, the baleful influence of her powers will recede. You will be able to take her and leave the station. Okay. Let's go. Oh, good. Great, this looks like fun. Feels quite sad up here. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stands with her arms raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood, which continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her dishevelled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jewelled ornament, and when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. I nearly read fireball because I saw what you guys were. I saw you guys all on about fireball, and I nearly said overwhelming fireball. As the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warp nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyse your will. Her arms aren't raised, she's clearly crying in a ball on the floor. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crashing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even literally interrupts me mid-sentence, chat. Yeah, Josephson's fault. I see.
Hey, Sully!
Idira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head.
No.
All right, Mario. Somebody stop her. Heresy! Requires iconoclast. Ooh, that's me!
Hey!
Hey!
I can do the thing! Like, pick me, boss.
I know why I am here, and so I will stand strong against any illusion. You direct all your attention inward, to your heart, currently shackled by another's suffering. Under the gaze of your burning inner eye, the despair and pain begin to dwindle. The darkness in your soul dissipates, the lump in your throat shrinks, and you discover that you are standing in front of a bizarre creature, a young woman whose tears you seem to have dried along with your own. She happy now, yay!
Don't touch other people's tears.
Everyone else is still crying though, it's really loud in my ears. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? I am Toolbox von Valentius. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Rolls right off the tongue.
It is, yeah. Toolbox von Valentius. Pardon my manners in the toolbox. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has just been ripped away from them. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you, sacred child? Throne, preserve! Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You! The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. Lovely! My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I am warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Also, did he just knock her out? Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offence, esteemed whoever you are. I love Abelard. Okay, we've got a persuasion or a commerce. 80%, 85% is going to be the persuasion then. At present, I'm trying to determine what is happening on Urac 5. Failed! Oh no, pass. I saw the red and I was like, no! I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felek's service, so who are you? In the Toolbox von Valentius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer, think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child, take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. Well, that aligns with what we want to do, actually, because we want her to come with us. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aronto, acting head of House Orselio in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You're talking as though you expect to die here? My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felek inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying, praise the throne, slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. I believe I've made my decision. What? Oh. I should bring Cassia to Felek as I promised. Rash words that will cost you... My only options were leave her here, or, like... I should have just said to him, like, oh yes, I'll take her with me on my ship. And then when I got downstairs to Felek, be like, nah, I'm taking her, dude. We'll see. Looks like it's a fight against a guy with 89 hit points. He's not as bad as that spawn, at least. Oh, we are surrounded as hell, though. That's not good. Sister. Oh, we are planting our characters right in front of this lad. Let's just go ham. Who's going first? Idira. Tell you what. Step one, get rid of this person that's behind our lines.
Will do.
Also, forgot this skill. Increases dodge and parry by 9%. So give that to Toolbox as well. Because that combined with his toughness buff should be... Oh shit, it's him first. Visions of Triumph.
My prescience has failed me.
Damn, that hurt, whatever it was. Staggered. Minus 20 penalty. 20 weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, or agility tests. Ooh. Just let the sister cook and everyone's going to die. She needs a flamer. Really, doesn't she? If we're being honest here. Yeah, Lady Cassia's Medicae unfortunately needs to go first. So, you know. Buff your arm. Hit it. Multi-strike. Yeah. Do the tanky buff. And laugh all the way to the bank. Argenta. Why are you glowing? Don't like that one's glowing. Oh. That was the wrong ability. Never mind.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
There we go. Hit the ones first that you're not going to get cover against.
I'll do
Run
it.
and gun. Take the bonus shot.
Doubt is for the weak.
Shots. Oh, come on. I could have pulled out the sniper and done it that way. Never mind. Ow. Ah, the through and through hit that slammed into her instead.
My place is at the fore.
Okay, so he's going to attack there.
Reduced to dust.
Killing. Nice.
It will be done.
He's going to do that and brace for impact. But then he's going to charge off and hit this guy. Let's divide and conquer a little bit behind here. Oh, dodge! Not cool.
Darkness consumes
Oh
me.
shit, Idira went
Blessed are
straight
those
down.
who sacrifice for the Imperium.
Eesh. Idira dropped like a sack of spuds there. Soul Gaze. Brilliant. That sounds like a lot of fun, that does, doesn't it? Let's do his bleeding attack. Good. It hit. Got the bleed on him. We're going to do that. We're going to buff Abelard with the damage. Do we keep the dodge buff? We do keep the dodge buff. So even though she went down, the fact she got the buff off beforehand means it stays through the combat. That's good, at least. Small detail. Alright, so what does this sniper offer? 90% chance to hit? Holy balls!
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Pew pew! And still missed. Great. I got XCOM'd there. I got powerfully XCOM'd there. Good. God damn it. Right, we're going to do some charging back and forth between these two targets, I think.
Victory is imminent.
Just keep hitting this guy. And doing your endurance buffs.
It's nothing.
Oh, she's taking lots of hits.
That's not worse.
To the heretics!
Shotgun hit for 1 damage. Ow. Hey, that bleed damage though. Because now look, we can hit. Then, oh, we can't charge to him. Charge to him? No. Okay, we'll just stay where we are then. Can you... Because he's got a really good shot on you.
Each strike is a prayer.
30 damage. That'll do it. Revel in that slaughter. Because that's plus 10 ballistic skill, and then when we hit the other one,
I act.
the minus 10 ballistic skill will be offset for the turn. Does mean that she gets to go... pew pew.
Eradicated.
2 kills, 1 turn. We love that noise. She's hurting though. She's really hurting. XCOM works on Anchorman maths. Yeah, 60% of the time you'll miss every time. Right, Theobald. Oh, come on with your 2 hit points left. Fine. He gets 1 more turn. No, he doesn't. He bled to death. Ha 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 ha! Suck it. Like if you want, you can use 2 AP and charge to just get some extra movement off, and it's worth doing pretty often. Pew pew. Nah.
None can escape the Emperor's
Sniper
judgment.
rifle's a bit nuts.
As the Emperor commands, I
Buff
act.
up again. So she's got 2 stacks of Revel in Slaughter, meaning that her ballistic skill is now 70, which is quite nice. Oh, I could have done run and gun and taken another shot. Denied.
High momentum.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Shotgun is weak.
At your beck and call.
Sounds like a heretical ability. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Can you charge? No, stop, stop, stop. Can you charge from there? No. Can you charge from there? Yes. Boop! Hello there. What have you done? Oh, you're welcome. What can I say except I killed him? Oh, well, okay. So she wasn't very happy about that, weirdly. Kidnap the woman who fell over, that's the plan. Strap her into a navigator's chair so we can take our ship to places that aren't here. What do we get here? Armoured body glove, don't need it. Thrice Pioneer's bracers. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill or ballistic skill is reduced by 5 for 2 rounds. Interesting. Very interesting. We've got a Staff of Orselio Guardian for navigators, not psychers. Yeah, she can't use it. That implies to me that... Wait, is she a character? Does she count as a character? Because that's kind of cool. If she could go ahead and count as a character that I can use in battle. Okay, so we're just going to casually take our navigator on missions with us. What could go wrong? Absolutely nothing. Climb down. Rogue Trader, you came back and dragged this monster along. Good. Cassia flinches at the navigator's words and clenches her fists. Her sharp nails dig deep into her soft skin, drawing blood. Cassia's face, however, remains dispassionate. Traitor. Held up my end of the bargain, fella. You're my navigator now. You ruined my home and killed Theobald for this? He will deceive you just like he's been deceiving my people. I don't want to side with him. I quite want Cassia. She's cool. The mossy fog is clouding your eyes, but deep in your heart I can see the golden light of truth shining through. You know I'm not lying to you. Oh yes, about that. Forgive me this little lie, Rogue Trader. Again! What a prick! You served the noble cause of liberating House Orselio like no other, for which I will forever be grateful. Could have become close friends in another life. Liars like you, sir, do not deserve to call themselves friends of the dynasty. Not that anyone has extended such an honour to you. However, the house's reputation must not be jeopardised by your testimony. The girl is a curse on all of Orselio. She is the legacy of Tisiphone, a beast who kept the entire house chained with fear, killing indiscriminately for any trace of dissent. I had to break the shackles of her tyranny. It is nothing personal, I'm sure you understand. The eye on the navigator's forehead opens wide. You've signed your own death warrant. The words get stuck in your throat and your hands refuse to obey. The hatred of Felek overwhelms your entire being. How could he? How dare he betray you? His mentor, his house. You hear a woman scream as if from afar, and the veil of another conjoining emotion fades. You think I'm a monster, Felek? Fine. Have it your way.
Run, fools, or fall!
Oh, I mean, she just switched him off. Yep, he did. That guardsman did not give any number of shits, did he? But he gone. I'm guessing she opened her eye and just deactivated that lad. The power of navigators be a little bit scurry sometimes. Right, this one, and this one are going before spanners. So I'm going to start here. Abelard's going to start there. And Adira, who is back on her feet again with a crippled leg, poor choice of words. Sauron! He was a little bit, wasn't it? Oh my god, there's no way that you don't. Yes, Argenta, do the thing.
That is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
And guess what? She can do it twice in a turn,
I'll do
bitches.
Eradicated.
Argenta, still kind of best girl. Oh, she's just still doing it to others. Okay, I might have to be careful of her because she's just running around staring at folks with her warp eye. You know, she just gave me another turn. She's an officer. She just gave me another turn. Hey, do it again.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I find too many RPGs storylines pivot on making you do shitty things because you're hopelessly naive. Fair. That is the oh my god, Adira is getting folded like an omelette. Now if I... so here we go. If I run over here, I smack this guy with a 100% chance. Nice. And then I can run over and smack this guy because he's already injured.
I took care of this one.
Good kills, Abelard. Good kills. Buff up your survivability and tank whatever this guy throws.
Will do.
Mark him up. Melt his brain.
Was that you? Or...
Nice. It's good. Staff whack. Counts as a melee weapon then, doesn't it? Nice dodge. Casually dodging a shotgun blast. Can we just address the fact that she just did that? She keeps dropping, she'll end up as a nugget. It's true. Got him. Boop. Hey! A palpable hit. Finish him.
Each strike is a prayer.
Long last. Oh shit, there's one left. I did not see you. Where are you going? Whoa, where are you going with a free movement mid-combat? What are you doing? What are you playing at? It's time for point blank long last.
I act.
Or not. Free turn. Ah no, one of the melee monkeys will do it. Bring it down.
I'll do it.
Get another shot. Oh my god, you missed again. Oh my god, Argenta. You are like point blank with one of the most accurate weapons that there is in this at the moment. I don't wish to alarm anyone, but Abelard is stood inside the enemy.
This in my time.
How low can a man
Okay,
sink
good.
in the pursuit of power? Is your hatred of me really so strong, Felek?
Would you explain what just happened? You killed Felek just by looking at him.
I've never... I did what ought to be done to renegades of House Orselio. You need not worry, rogue trader. I have no such power over the lives of ordinary
Did you
people.
Ant-Man him? Yeah. Yeah, he did. A useful gift, I like it.
You are engulfed in an aurora of crimson, your hope for pain and battle. But my gift will not help you with that.
I regret we had to meet under such
What
circumstances.
need have I for your regrets?
The rug trader.
I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
Yeah, about that.
What are you going to do to me?
Let us aid one another. Become my navigator, and I shall restore you to House Orselio at the earliest opportunity.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Yurak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
Ooh. All who can be saved will be given succor aboard my ship. Bring them with us. Free labor.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
So, she's had a really tumultuous existence with us so far in the very short time that we've known her. Like, we turn up, she's psychically crying, making everyone cry. We calmed her down and spoke to her all friendly like. Then the old man ran up, she passed out, and when she came to, everyone was murdered. And she kind of begrudgingly came downstairs with us. Then Felek turned up, and we basically said, "Here, Felek, we will hand her over to you." And she was like, "Sorry, you'll what?" And Felek was like, "Ha ha, I lied." So she killed him, we killed all the bodyguards, and now she's like, "Yeah, cool, I'll work with you." And I'm kind of questioning her decisions. I'm glad that she's chosen to work with us. Very glad. However, definitely asking some questions about the sensibility of the decisions she's making here. She's got level ups though, which is nice.
An audience?
She is an officer. She's a navigator officer. Interesting. She needs willpower then for navigator, I'm guessing. Hey, Sebeka! How you doing tonight, dude? What we got going on here? Anything cool because she's a navigator? Oh my god, loads! What is this? Whenever the navigator uses a navigator power that hasn't been used this combat, they gain +2 perception. Enemies damaged by them take additional damage from warp damage. Stacks for each hit. Nice. Every even turn she gets an extra action point. Every odd turn, 20 perception. Interesting. Every enemy they have in their line of sight have their dodge and hit chance reduced by twice their perception bonus. That's not bad. That's yeah, everyone she can see gets nerfed. Deal 1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Mastery of time! Whenever someone gets an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to willpower. Oh, and as an officer, you can give people a lot of free turns. That's got some legs. Interesting. Mind over matter makes all resistance checks with willpower if it's higher than the base characteristic. That's fun because she's going to be pretty willpower stacked. Especially with that. Oh. I don't like her red eyes. I mean, all navigators are mutants. So, all navigators are wibbly. Right? Free turn spam was worth it in Ham Warmer Cheesegate. It was, wasn't it? It was crazy. Open to the warp. Enemies affected by her abilities have a stacking -10 penalty to the next resistance check. If their perception's higher than agility, their dodge is calculated using that. Nice. Stable roots. Whenever she uses an ability, veil degradation is reduced. That's cool. That will stop the warp leaking in. Heals 5 wounds at the start of every turn. That's good. And gains an additional wound for every navigator talent taken. These are really cool. These are really cool. These are just like navigator-specific stuff. I'm going to start off with Mastery of Time, so she can just keep gaining willpower through that. And we'll get that willpower resistance one as well, so that she gets some bonuses. Right, Felix Bodyguard and Fella Corselio. Deadshot Stub Revolver. Cool. Shotgun. Tactical Goggles. Hit chance and crit chance. Going to Argenta. And a Staff of House Orselio. Castigating 5. Enemies targeted by the Navigator powers get -5 penalty to characteristics until the end of the Navigator's next turn. +5 willpower perception. Nice. Can anyone use that pistol? I can! Boom. Stub Revolver. Let's go. Argenta. Get you an upgraded eye. Oh no, she had to take her helmet off. Immunity to crits for the first 3 rounds of combat, or just a permanent 5% hit chance and 3% crit chance. I think the hit chance is worth it more for her. Is anyone else dogmatic enough to wear that? Ooh. Nobody is. Never mind. Dead things don't crit you. That, do you know? That's a great point. It's an excellent point. Very well made. Dead things don't crit you. You don't need crit resistance against dead things. Ratobi Pattern Lasgun. Interesting. She's gone full main character by taking off the helmet. She does a bit, doesn't she? The helmet looked a little silly. A little silly. So we've got Navigator. We fixed one of the problems. One of the issues that we had, no Navigator. Now, Navigator. Good. Hello, Cassia. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... We used to be navigated. Yes. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Did her loyal servants just volunteer to restaff your below decks? Volunteer. Sure. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. What do you wish to speak about? After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honourably and did not exploit me in my wretched position. It's like, absolutely did. I exploited everybody in that situation. Even though I didn't want to. They are the sacrifice to refuel the warp drive. You know? I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. You've served on the station. Hey! Tongueless guy. For more than 5 years. Much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Immaterium and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board. But no red. Why? Then why did you take his tongue? Because he's a servant. Because he's a servant to the Navis nobility. And most of them get their tongues removed. They only, like they were saying, they keep a few of them with their vocal organs. Because it's beneficial to have some of them able to speak. But for the most part, the servants get their tongues removed. Why are you asking for these items? Tell me more about the ritual. I doubt the uninitiated can understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. After that, I use the House Orcelia ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orcelio never lose their course. Why do you refuse red paint? Youth will give of his blood before the ritual, as always. Wow, okay. We will make sure the supplies are sent. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. Must be fun when the servant comes running to you trying to point out that a full squad of Chaos Space Marine Terminators just boarded the station and wiped out the security staff. Yeah, but that's not their job. That's not their job. It's not their job to let you know. Other things should have let you know before they would. By the time that the servants are in a position to notice that there are Chaos Terminators on board, the servants are dead. Just saying. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. It's still good to hear the, hey asshole, we got boarded. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. Come here, youth. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go! Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be unseen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Are you alright in there? Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats roar from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite. As it was for her predecessor, I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Raven, it's not clear. It's not been clarified as yet whether this is before or after the Great Rift opened. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. Sorry, chat. Oh dear. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely for even a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. I don't like that our ship contains other. We get it, you're spooky! Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Urak 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Ricad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis Nobilite bought us precious time. We can either send our forces to disassemble the station and procure technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Ooh. Hey Spike, how you doing today? Don't worry, it's just the 10,000 servitors having a rave in the lower bay. It's fine, it's fine. Nothing weird. Nothing unusual here. Do we want useful components? Do we want loot? What have we got 10 of here? Profit factor. Ah, yes, I'll get onto that. I don't know what this is going to get us. People, provisions, chemicals, plasteel, mechanisms, promethium, weapons, D20, xenotech, adamantine, and phlogiston. Currently in bed with a temper 39. Dude! Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Spike. Sounds like you've picked up, the bug. Let's get useful components. Ooh, profit factor. Ooh, that's for trading. We're going to get profit factor. There's reasons. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engine Seer Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kalox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Urak 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. Why is it always business with you, Vigdis? Couldn't you just sometimes visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of Store Compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we'll have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. I did say lubricant. I did. Thank you, Vigdis. This will be all for now. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. Nice! So we've completed the first location there. That's quite nifty, actually. That's a very cool bit. More carpets. We really are a rug trader. Right, there's nothing on Ricad Majoris. Let's go to Prison Planet next, and through to this unidentified void ship, and up to Ricad Minoris, which seems to be the... Ooh. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Wow. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. The broke trader right now. Wow, Raven. Rude. Rude. How dare. Sean the non-believer. That's right, Spike. That's right. Sean!
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
It's a voice-acted bit! It pleases me to see you adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
Yeah, this voice is just me, Spike. This is me just reading it out. Needs a wound for a broken back to be a broken back trader. I could also be a gay cowboy. In which case I would be a broken back trader. The events that took place on Urak 5 must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
I see you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Ravenguard's like, don't romance the mutant. That sounds like I should romance the mutant.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Your only attendant is your valet from Urak 5. Do my servants not measure up to your standards?
No. It is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Psyker rides. Free Psyker rides. Perception test succeeded. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes the topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is unsurprising, then, that Cassia prefers the company of one who is used to how she looks. I hope you've had ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Ravenguard's just like, don't do it.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
I'm beginning to think, Lady Cassia, that the feelings I have for you are far more complicated than common sympathy. Psyker rides. Why even include? You know?
Lord Captain? So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all
Senpai?
around you. It is a veritable ocean of emotions. There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words.
It's another dating sim.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here? At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
I love the fact that I can literally go, I think my feelings for you are more complex than we thought. And she's like, oh my, I think he likes me. And I can answer here is number 3, which is one of the most devastating conversational options. Oh no, I would not dare to make fun of a lady's feelings, especially not one who has captivated me since I first set eyes on her.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
Happy birthday, coffee in the rain, and Happy New Year's, absolutely. And did you know it's my actual birthday this Sunday? Woo! Another lap round the sun. And we're going to be playing some Cursed Fallout 4 again, because, you know, we love it. Don't forget, if you're watching right now, you could be in with a chance to win a copy of this game. We've got a copy to give away. Just pop !ticket in the chat. Everyone can do it once. And, yeah, you can be in with a chance to win a copy of the fantastic Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader by Owlcat Games, which I'm currently playing, thoroughly enjoying. And, yeah. Struggling to maintain an expression of polite indifference, Cassia covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. And then oh my god, and then her manservant phased out of existence as well. Please tell me I just gained a level up from that interaction. I feel like I actually did. I'm romancing the mutant, yeah. I don't think it's going to let us romance the Sister of Battle. I just have a feeling that there might be a couple of vows she's taken here and there that might make such an endeavour fruitless. So as much as Argenta might currently be best girl, I don't think it's going to be any use to us. Right, what can we do here? We've got Endure. Reckless Strike's quite cool. The next melee attack gains a huge bonus to armor penetration and damage and ignores some parry, but every enemy who survives it will attack the warrior in return. That's fine. That's fine. We'll get some more corrals, because that is resisting negative attempts from stuff. Gene Stealer chicks. When are you going to pick up Eldar chicks? I do know that there's Xenos in the game. And there are apparently Xenos allies that you can get if you choose to be Iconoclast or Heretical. So, we're going mainly Iconoclast, which means I think we will be... Yeah, look. You could be Puritan, which is pure dogmatic, or Fanatic, it's down as, which is Radicals. You get Radical Inquisitors, right, who use Chaos's own power against themselves. Basically what we're doing. Sort of. I never finalised this. Here we go, she's got another level. Yes! She gained a level by getting rizzed. We put the Riz on her so hard she leveled up, chat. That's 100% how this worked, and I refuse to accept anything else. Here we go. Mind over matter now. So her willpower bonus gets added to that. More willpower. There is absolutely a theme here. A moment of personal growth. If the Dark Eldar says they want to have fun with you, that's a threat. True story. Available characteristics. Ballistic skill? Yeah. Always give the soldier ballistic skill, right? Rapid fire, I think I saw was quite fun. Yeah, next burst attack will have its rate of fire doubled, but deal 25% less damage. And there is a talent she can get that says it no longer gets minus damage. So that's quite strong rapid fire. An 8-shot bolt gun burst. Tumescence. Or insert fitting hallmark card. Dear. Let's have a look. Bam, 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 bam. I like this one. Whenever the Psyker kills an enemy with psychic power dealing more damage than the target's wounds, the excess damage will be dealt to the enemy closest to the target. That's quite fun. You need more perception, my dear. Oh yeah, by the way, she is an unsanctioned Psyker, which is why her Psi rating is currently 1. It also means if you level her up enough to choose Psi rating 4, she'll actually be a Psi rating 5 Psyker. Just worth noting there. Being unsanctioned does grant you some bonuses, but they have a more profound... Unsanctioned Psykers have a more profound effect on the Veil degradation, and they're more likely to trigger psychic wibbly shit when the Veil does degrade. So, upsides and downsides, my friends. Upsides and downsides. What's Forceful Strike? Oh, that's the one that just throws them back. I really like Reckless Strike. Athletics with you. Cool. So I think I'm going to get Abelard to go. Probably Assassin. Maybe. Sounded like all upsides to me. It sounds like nothing but benefits. Right? Because Toolbox is going to go Vanguard. Toolbox is going to be tanky as hell. Then we've got... Argenta's probably going to go Arch Militant. Interesting. Steady superiority. Cool. Evening, Tomo. How you doing tonight? What about Bounty Hunter? Oh, maybe Bounty Hunter. Critical hit, defense reduction, killing priority target. Yeah, to be fair, if we're making a ranged sniping nightmare out of her, maybe Bounty Hunter's good. Maybe. Operatives can become Bounty Hunters as well. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Right. Where should we go next? Oh, we were on our way to the prison world, weren't we? Just got home from the work. Well, I hope you've had a good day, Tomo. We are exploring this system. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Wasurian's voice in any case. I wanted to warn you in advance. Got to solve more problems before we can get to prison world.
Your character's literally like, ow, fuck, this guy.
Again!
What is this?
We're so close. I can see the planet. I can see it. Out my view screen. Look, we're so nearly there. For God's sakes. Who needs to stop and pee this time? Ah. Who are you? Who the hell are you, random unknown soldier? Why do you think you could approach me in my self-turning chair? This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologise, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain.
That'd be good.
Tomo, it's just exclamation mark ticket in chat. Everyone gets one. Who wants one? And we'll draw it at about 11 o'clock. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you've already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorised appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Event requested permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought the drastic times called for drastic measures. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. I'm convinced this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a sceptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wessarian, and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off the last words as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she is finished, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, and then you. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me? I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later we were still battling rumours that the hero had survived his execution, and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumours were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. How did this start? The situation could boil over any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. Brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. Quell the non-believers. Also shun. Where does Seneschal Wessarian come into all this? I shall explain, Abelard intones grimly. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so, of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valentius will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wessarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now there is a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4 to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Abelard, what do you have to say to all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harbouring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. I'm going down personally. I will deal with the problem personally. Praise the Emperor. Thank you, Lord Captain. An enterprise bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. I said rectitude, yes. That is a normal word that people use. That has nothing to do with bumholes. Nothing. Despite sounding very similar to a word that has everything to do with bumholes. To the lower decks.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Something ominous? Hi. Hey, it's Wassarian! Take that, scum! Oh. You got gooped, bro. He got gunged! The lower decks are a... Abelard reflectively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armour-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Did you hear? They were shouting your name. Of course they were. The organisation of the daily, routine life of the ship rests upon my shoulders. The mountain of challenges and problems from which I endeavour to insulate you, Lord Captain. The situation on the lower decks has been a cause for concern, and I have intervened personally on more than one occasion. That must be why they remember me. They do not know your face. To them, you are akin to a creature of legend, one who has stood on the steps of the Golden Throne, no less, whereas I am the man whose name is attached to every order docking rations or lowering a bay's heating. Keep moving.
The future is never certain.
Like, Abelard, you're not massively helping yourself. You are just, like... You've gone into callous disregard mode. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avril Avent of the ship's enforcers is barring the path of a heavily built assault unit officer, and judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already, and has now reached boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So, not all my lessons fall on deaf ears, Abelard mutters in crabby approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, the officer looming over her, or both. Your lordship! Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later. I want to speak to the strikers. Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck. Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes. Jeez, that assault squad is ready to throw down, aren't they? A dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque.
Victory
A whisper.
Screech!
Oh my god. For a hot moment I thought that was the voice acting. I was like, what the hell? Posture check, thank you, Joseph. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you've come down to us. What is troubling you? Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship, says a tall, thin man in worker's garb. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to hold bays for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace, without being harassed. Persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard. If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. How could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if they were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Raven is just like, kill them all. Oh yeah, those boots really were fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor, and when we're working we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor, the same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my 3rd little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbours? What changes do you want? Wouldn't you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us bilge-rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and to stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. And we want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. I'm not arming the rabble. You've gone too far, old Nan. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbour out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. This guy's speaking reason. Right, this guy's speaking reason. You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared to speak out. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. This is obviously the best option, and it is the one with a test, but we've got an 80% chance on it. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into... There's chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands, and we'll consider the rest. We've got to try this. Success. The tall worker they call Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old Nan, listen. Listen. The Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talk to them. Back down. Now's no time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not some farcical aquatic ceremony.
El Krabs has been a bad kid and Santa gave them coal for Christmas.
It's coal for you. Listen to us, old Nan. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction. You two are ganging up on me. Is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. That's just great. Fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. Then it's decided. The persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Your lordship, thank you. You've not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship. We'll root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and we'll leave no stone unturned. There you go. There you go. So I solved the problem. Issue resolved. You got any loot?
Carry
loot
the
back here?
Empress will as your torch.
Got any loot? No, okay. Right, let's get out of here. And then Spanner's got hit by a long las, yeah, right?
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companions, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us the moment. Abelard looks at you, and his last vestiges of restraint vanish. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? Or you best not be getting sassy with me, Abelard. You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valentius Protectorate? Talk about your role in all this instead. Now, let's flip this round. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Abelard says irascibly. Remember Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Maybe if let's just sass dead Theodora a bit. Maybe if Theodora had spent a little more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There is a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. Abelard looks at you stunned and exhales loudly. Then he nods curtly. I commend your decisiveness. I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And Abelard stands straight at attention. I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. Yeah, start explaining. Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him. The prosperity of the Von Valentius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked on this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers, on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly everything that had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. Weird metaphor, bro, but okay. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets? I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All of this has come as a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible, and to do that I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot be suddenly deemed excess to requirements. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and Rogue Trader. Accept it and start living in the new world, a world where Theodora is gone and where you and I have new decisions to make. Oh, Theodora trusted in established procedures and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valentius Protectorate with me, stop living in the past. That one. Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest, Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, please let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places. So that ended up being actually kind of a positive reaction, really. Interaction. Like,
the sooner we start.
Yeah, we kind of taught Abelard, you can't just keep doing things the way you did it, because clearly something was wrong. Someone ended up disgruntled enough to stage a full-scale mutiny. Chaos assisted.
You sound surprised. I am capable of doing the right thing from time to time.
Exactly, Asterion. Thank you. Thank you, Neil, for making that point with me. I am capable of doing the right thing from time to time. That's, no, I think that is the thing, isn't it? Like, one downside of the Imperium is it gets so...
I think you'll find that in the toolbox will say, I am capable of doing the right thing, just before he's about to be a traitor in some way, shape or form.
Usually, yeah, it's bad. But it's a fact that the Imperium gets so bogged down in its own dogma and its own procedures and rituals that the mistakes that get made once to cause the death of one rogue trader just get repeated over and over and over. And we may have quelled this rebellion, but if we keep using the same procedures,
so what's the answer?
We will just build up another mutiny, right? The answer is to be different.
Sounds like you're going to be stricter.
No, I'm being less.
More
I was more lenient there. I think you'll find.
And then you've just said, and this doesn't work, so therefore.
And then we quite gently spoke to. No, that was the thing. Me being lenient was breaking from the norms, was breaking from the procedures, which is why Abelard was then really unhappy with it. And we sort of said to him, Abelard, like, you need to kind of let go of the past a bit because the past is where it went wrong. Theodora is dead because she followed the procedures. They clearly don't work. We need to be willing to change. And then he was like, do you know what? I see good leadership qualities in you. So I think we did well. And it's not spitting on the Emperor's orders, that's the thing. It's not spitting on the Emperor's orders at all. The Emperor gave very few specific orders in this sense. Especially to rogue traders. It's just basically like, here's your writ, go and do whatever the hell you want. Rogue traders get to run the ship however they like, and that's one of the key things about them. So I don't think we're doing anything. Let's scan this rock. This is the prison planet. Let's land on it. With the full team! With the full power of this fully operational battle squad. Let's go. Look at my fancy August lighter. It's got gold bits in before Abelard shoots you in the back. Well, it wouldn't be the most surprising thing that would happen today, hey? First thing we do on these prison planet is steal all this cargo.
Stop. There.
Hammer time. Hello, Pilot Raquel. Come in, escort. This is Captain Vicari. Escort, please come in. The pale young woman looks at you with a mixture of hope and disbelief swirling in her eyes. You notice her hands trembling as she clutches her weapon. Who are you? Did you come from the planet? Are you reinforcements? Saint's teeth! I thought you'd never come. What happened here? There's been a prison riot on the planetoid. Sadly, it's being led by the prison warden himself, the Honourable Anathagon Castelia? Jesus wet, that's a hard name. Anathagon Castelia. He has allied himself with the rabble that he himself was supposed to watch, and declared Riccardi Filia to be independent of the authority of the system's lawful governor. Orbital bombardment for days, yeah. It's the only answer. I came here as a shuttle pilot alongside the Honourable Evane Winterscale, son of Caligos Winterscale, rogue trader, vanquisher of Xenos, forever triumphant over the enemies of humanity, she details, enunciating every word of her overlord's title. Young Lord Winterscale wished to speak to the warden personally so he could put an end to his lawless treason. He and his escort went ahead, and I haven't been able to contact them over Vox for a very long time now. Great. Evane, Abelard mutters, stroking his beard. One of his distant younger offspring, yes, that's as much as I know about him, which means he hasn't distinguished himself in any meaningful way. Probably dead, Raven, probably dead. Evane Winterscale has made several diplomatic visits to Urac 5 on behalf of his father, rogue trader Caligos Winterscale. The Great Regent would not have granted entry to someone dishonourable, which means, whatever happened in this terrible malodorous place, we must aid this man of noble blood. Okay. Why would he have felt the need to parley with the dissidents? It's a personal matter. Master Castelia, the seditious warden, is Lord Evane's childhood friend. When my lord heard of the riot, the news saddened him greatly, and so he rushed here without delay, in hopes of bringing his old friend to his senses, no doubt. The first Winterscale in my memory who prefers to talk first rather than shoot and slash. Young Lord Winterscale is not his father's shadow. If he is determined to save his friend, he won't back down. I pray to the throne that he is alive and well. He's been gone for such a long time, and I really don't like this place. Theobald executed his wife and only son on the mere suspicion of treason against House Orselio, so why did the noble Evane rush to save someone who had betrayed his house? Do bonds of friendship give one the right to make inexcusable mistakes? Sick burn. Anything else I should be appraised of before I set out? Some of the rebels have holed up in the barracks. I don't know how many, but given this is the only way through to where the negotiations are taking place, I would expect heavy resistance. Please take caution, your lordship. Lord Winterscale's guards mined the entrance so the rebels couldn't get to the shuttle. Great. No more questions, you may excuse yourself. Your lordship, If I may have a minute of your time, I wouldn't ever have dared to trouble you with a personal matter, but the situation... In any case, have you been to the capital of Rikat Minoris yet? I wanted to ask if you saw a man there, a communications officer by the name of Jaspar. What's your relationship to this man? We're engaged, your lordship. I've not yet been to Rikat Minoris and know nothing of this officer's fate. That's a shame. May the Emperor keep that fool from harm. Thank you for your time, your lordship. Now you can beat up the poor on this planet instead of the people in your ship's lower deck. Jesus. Jesus wept. She bows. You can tell by the desperation in her eyes that she is exhausted, frightened, and wishes to be off this planetoid as soon as possible. Alright, let's roll. Argenta, do you think?
Duty prevails.
Let's go.
Onward.
Into the barracks. Absolutely going to be a fight in here, isn't there? Pause! Oh, there's traps.
You left the Novus Imperialis to serve the rogue trader. Do you ever regret it, Seneschal?
No, I do not regret it in the least. Serving in the Imperial Navy is a fine thing to do. But it was only under Lady Theodora that I truly felt the significance of what I was doing.
Punch him in the barracks.
Never
right in the
doubt
barracks.
me.
Goods. Prison Diary of Artie Shan, Part 1. Right, what have we got? The Chosen Ones. Hello!
Will bow
Cassia's
before
ability.
I will fight if I must.
Cassia is an officer and your ship's navigator. She strikes foes with the energies of the warp and supports the party by making her allies stronger. Voice of Command is an officer ability. It increases characteristics. Bring it down as an officer ability. I know what they... Don't worry, I've read all about them. You're ambushed. No setup time. Damn it. Oh, that's a lot of them going first as well. Nimble Prisoner. Hey, you with the 95% dodge chance? Jeezy McCreasy. Well, start the battle. Grenadier. Oh, you're gonna do great things, aren't you?
Just a minor setback.
Force grenade. Lots of the melee look.
You don't frighten me.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna... Bear with me. Oh no, I know what we're gonna do.
Doubt
We're gonna go
is for the
full
weak.
burst fire. 8 shots down this corridor. Go.
None can escape the Emperor's death.
Nice. We've got
That
enough in
is
this.
not the
No, we've got
Emperor's
enough in us for
will.
another shot as well, which is going
This is
straight at.
unacceptable.
Single shot. Long las. Him. Yes, with the crit. Kick them all in the barracks. And then we're going to do the
Faith
motivation
without deeds
boost.
is worthless.
There's a nice big boost down here. Who's next? We gained a level. She's killed so much stuff, we've already gained a level. I love that voice. Idira.
Cover me.
Do that on the nimble prisoner. Can this miss?
On
Hopefully not.
Be gone.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Chain lightning. It's good.
Will do.
Between Argenta's burst fire and that chain lightning, there's barely any enemies left. Right, Cassia, I want you to buff Argenta. So this buff's pretty strong. It's plus 13 to all characteristics. All. So that whole list goes up by 13. It's just an across-the-board buff. Only lasts for 1 turn, though. But this one's then cool.
Job for the serfs?
This gives them a bonus turn. Well, a bonus 2 action
As the
points.
Emperor commands, I act.
I'm going to revel in this slaughter and then shoot this lad.
I'll do it.
Ah, his dodge is huge. Can't remember what you have to do to hit this bastard. I think psychic powers are probably the best. Yeah. Finest hour's cool, but this is even better. So, charge. Parry. Is it this one that reduces parry chance? Yeah, ignores a chunk of parry.
I will do my duty. It will be done.
Good hit. Good hit. Oh god, he retaliated? What with? How come you get to retaliate? Not a fan. Alright, Toolbox. It's all you, buddy. It's all you. Nice! Hey! Ruined. Oh, sorry, yeah, the reckless attack does that, doesn't it? It's immediately attack. I see. I see what it does. Right, so anyways, then I'm going to go Daring Breach, in which I take another turn with 9 movement points, and I don't drain movement points in between attacks. Can't charge because I've already technically charged this turn. Pardon me. So I should still be able to move. Oh, I've not got any movement points left. Damn it! -5? It's not good.
The enemies of the
Argenta.
Emperor will be undone.
Skadoosh.
Each strike is a prayer.
Nice. We win. Knives. Serrated knives. Chance to inflict bleeding. Counts as a sword, basically. That's cool. Argenta is always happy to purge heretics. Always. Absolutely. She just loves it. She lives for the purge. What we got here? Ooh, grenades! Let's do some level ups. I'm really thrown because I'm so used to playing D&D based games of this kind. So like recently, obviously Baldur's Gate and stuff like that. That the max level is 20 and levels are kind of fewer and further between. Whereas this clearly goes up to at least level 36 and higher. Like you unlock Exemplar at 36 and then that would be 36. 7, 8, 9... 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least level 55. Right? At least level 55 in this game. So, like, I'm so unused to leveling up this often. Right, warrior. More weapon skill, I think. Oh, but I could just pound toughness again. I could become even tankier. Weapon skill increases their parry and reduces enemy parry and dodge. So I think that is needed. We do need weapon skill as a warrior. Quite a lot of it. Like a 3 times multi-class in PG1. All the level ups. Right. This is a common talent. What have I got down at the bottom from Death World? Lifetime of scars. -5 damage from fire, toxic, and bleeding. Wounded beast. Each injury increases the Death World character's agility and willpower. Trusty weapons. They're good with axes, hammers, and las weapons. Okay. It's worth knowing. 15% crit chance against things that are bleeding or half health. Power armor proficiency. I want it. Oh, I'm going to have a power armored Psyker by the end of this game, and I'm going to love every moment of that. Every moment. Huh. Once per combat, when a Deathworld character suffers the stunned, blinded, or immobilized effect, the effect is ignored, and they instead gain 20% of their max wounds as temporary wounds. That's pretty good. What do I need for that? Level 10. As soon as we hit level 10, we need to straight up on that, I think. 5 minutes left on the competition, folks. If you haven't entered yet to be in with a chance to win yourself a copy of this game, make sure you pop exclamation mark ticket in chat. As otherwise, your chance will be gone. Forever. Well, for now at least. On the first turn of combat, all psychic powers of Biomancy cost -1 action. That's useful. That's like a turn 1 buff run. The lore skills Imperium, Warp, and Xenos are used for like conversational stuff and investigating stuff, and I'm trying to identify things in the world. I quite like these. Poisoning? Just strange vitality. For every psychic power he's got on himself, he gets another +5 toughness. Cool. This gets even harder to kill, and I love that. I'm about that. More weapon skill for you. Oh dear. You're Imperial World, aren't you? Yes, you are. Take Grenadier. Your first grenade used in combat doesn't spend AP and doesn't count towards the attack limit. It's basically, for every combat he can throw a free grenade. We're going to start giving him some grenades. Because why not? More psychic powers, I think, for you. Prescience. Target gains intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower. Not bad. Dominate. Target must pass a willpower resistance test or spend all their movement points to move as close as possible to the Psyker. Sensory depth. If they succeed the test, they're merely blinded. Oh damn, so that's at least a guaranteed blind until the start of the Psyker's next turn. That's pretty good, actually. Or she can learn Pyromancy! What could go wrong? Yeah, sensory deprivation sounds like fun. And Warp Law. That's your job, is Warp Law. Available characteristics. So she's already taken Ballistic Skill too many times as a soldier. She has to wait until she gets another archetype to take more of it. So, Agility? That's to do with crits, I think. Is it, or is it Perception? Reduces enemy dodge chance. That's explosives. Affects the demolition skill. What's the crit one? Oh no, I think chances of scoring a critical hit is just the skill. Yeah. Okay. So we'll give her some agility then. And oh wait, where's the one that? Oh no, the rapid fire one is class specific, so I can't take that here. It's a common talent. Bolt weapon expert though, I could just throw 10% armor pen onto her bolt gun. If we can assume that she's always going to at least take a bolt gun. You know? Failing that, we could give her a characteristic training for ballistic skill. Ooh, let's do that. Let's just really pound her ballistic skill. So the thing that I learned about ranged attacks. Ranged attacks have a maximum to hit chance of 95%. But any additional hit chance bonus you have over that 95% gets added to crit chance instead. So there is a point in having like over 100 ballistic skill and loads of bonuses to hit. because it actually adds up to vastly increase your crit chance, which is quite nice to have. Right, abilities. Ooh. Some navigator abilities here. Glimpse of Fate. Target gains a bunch of increased hit chance on their next attack, dodge on the next dodge, and resistance on the next resistance. Reveal the Light. Target ally gains a load of willpower and toughness. Hello. Till the end of combat. 4 times the navigator's willpower bonus. So 4 times this is 24. 24 willpower and toughness. And if she does that on herself first, then it becomes 89 willpower. So it becomes 8 times 4. It becomes 32 willpower and toughness. Nice. How did my gaze? Eye lasers. Nice big damage to an enemy and potentially immobilized. I'm not gonna lie, Reveal the Light sounds kind of funny with her as she's officery. I could vastly buff out Spanners and Abelard's toughness. An additional 32 toughness is +3 to the toughness bonus, which is pretty big in and of itself. Can she summon the Legion of the Damned? I don't think she can. I don't think she's got that power. And then what have we got? If we take that, we get Mend Reality, which decreases Veil Degradation, and all allies gain bonus deflection against warp damage and psychic powers. It's pretty cool. Giveaway is now closed, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be drawing at any moment. I'm ready. Our winner is Data Swami! Congratulations, Data Swami, on winning yourself a copy of this game. I will get in touch with you shortly with the code as soon as I just dig it up here. I'll do it right now so that I don't become distracted. Me? Distracted? Never. When has that ever happened? I'm waiting for Daredrop to load. Boo-boo-doo, boo-doo, 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 boo-boo. This page. This page is the key. Can I show them? Yeah. Because you guys can't see this. Right, straight to Data Swami. Congrats on winning tonight's giveaway. Here is your Steam code for Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. Congrats, Data. Well done, mate. That's been sent over to you on Discord because I've got you on there. Starting off 2024 with a win's got to be a good sign. It's got to be. It has to be a good sign, right? And then we're gonna pick up more of these down here because these are just really cool. Navigate path powers, gain more damage. Enemies affected by abilities. Perception. Whenever the Navigator uses a Navigator's ability, Veil Degradation is reduced. That might be worth it. Although her just healing at the start of every turn, also crazy powerful. Right? Yeah. Healing at the start of every turn. Take that. Do that. Were there more dare drops you might be able to do? In general, not only more game keys. There was one other challenge I was able to take, and it was to attempt to complete Act 3 of this game. But I've only got a certain amount of time left to do that, and it was always going to be a very challenging one. I'm going to push ahead, do as much as we can, but there is a non-zero possibility I don't pull that one off. Inspect the poster.
I did it?
Alright, detached. Hello. Wait, is there a Shawshank Redemption tunnel back here? I don't know, but there's some cool stuff. Improved auto pistol and a prisoner's shank. Love it. As well as some jewellery, profane blades, and holy books. Sweet! Collect all. What's this? Cages have been placed in plain view of the beds. Inside are traces of blood and poo. Lovely. Grenade? Grenade? Speaking of which, we should give Abelard some grenades. Some gassy boys.
Cass, tell me, what do you see when you look at me?
Usually a colorful pandemonium, but now your colors have faded.
Law Warp.
Are you afraid of me?
Symbol before you
Idira?
bears a familiar
Or
scent,
what I might
that of the
see
dark
in
forces
you?
of chaos. Good. Hey Mart08, hey, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing really, really good. I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm really enjoying this game. Owlcat did a great job with the Pathfinder games, right? Transforming Pathfinder, the tabletop, into Pathfinder, the video game. So when I heard that they got the license for Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, I was really excited because I thought, you know, there is a development studio that will do a good job of this. And I'm happy to say that it feels like they have so far. I'm pretty early in the game. I am pretty early in the game so far, so I am still learning a lot of the ropes. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen or done yet. But, no, I'm really enjoying it so far. Is that one I just picked
The
up the
premonition
keyboard? Yeah, it
runs
absolutely
true.
is. Hi! My brethren, the dawn is nigh! The Optimates will guide us into a new existence! Oh, good. Cult folk. Yes, yes, dear brethren, have a taste of my steel. Wait. Sounds like he's going to hit. Oh, how I've longed for this, my dear brethren. They're absolutely going to kill them, aren't they? Yeah. Cool. The cult that takes care of itself. Thank the throne. Normal-looking faces. I thought we were going to die here with these nutters. The old man with a gap-toothed smile drops his weapon and holds out his hands in a placating gesture. Please don't shoot us, your nobleness. Let us speak a word. Well, this is a welcome change. Talking before shooting. Still, Lord Captain, the look of this ragtag bunch hardly inspires trust. Give me a reason not to execute you on the spot. Here's the deal. We're honest, quiet inmates. We didn't want to riot, but, well, sitting it out wasn't really an option either. The warden's lapdogs made short work of those who refused to join in the festivities, so we had to, you know, play along. But that's all it was. Play. We never meant no offence to Governor Medina, nor to the lawful authority of House Winterscale. Give us a chance, eh? We just want to wait until everything blows over and we can go back to our cells and quietly do the rest of our time. A repentant, honest heretic. How novel! Judging by Abelard's tone, the Seneschal is utterly unimpressed by the old man's ingratiating monologue. The low-born speech is mottled with colours that conceal his true, darker hues. This old man has a long history of lies, and he is using his wiles on us as well. But I see no foul corruption or ill intent in his words. If I spare you, what do I gain from it? Now, how can us lowly jailbirds hope to thank your noble self? I have an inkling. You see, us here, we're, how should I put this, different from the rest of the prisoners in this place. They're all petty thieves from Ricard Minoris, debtors, gutter snipes. They're no one serious. Now we, your nobleness, are cut from a different cloth altogether. We're fortune seekers from the void. Why don't we tell you we're on Footfall Station? You know Footfall, the only shipyard and best market in all the Coronis Expanse. Yes, so we're on Footfall. You can find some very serious, business-minded people, and how you can get yourself a very special discount with them on some very special goods. Kind of very serious people. The most serious kind, your nobleness. Have you heard about the Fellowship of the Void? It's the largest pirate alliance in the Expanse. There is no leader, of course, but there are some terribly serious captains who decided that cutting each other throats over loot was, counterproductive. But cutting throats altogether, now that's anti-counterproductive. Yeah. And well, their joint efforts leave them with an excess of spoils, so they need to dispose of it somehow. And I, your nobleness, just happen to know someone who handles such dealings on behalf of those very serious people. He sounds like an orc in disguise. Is that just because of how I'm voicing him? Or is that because of the things he says? Very well, I shall spare you. Oh, that's so great to hear, your nobleness. Just great. Now there's a true aristocrat. Not that warden creep. Now then, your nobleness, where was I? If you're ever on Footfall Station, there's this district there, the Shadow Quarters. It's called that because it's located behind the statue of our holiest emperor. I've known folks who called it something else, also on account of it being behind the statue. Don't repeat their mistakes, I tell you. Reverend Hieronymus wasted no time finding and burning them all. Jesus Christ. Forgive an old man for getting distracted. So, Footfall, the Shadow Quarters. There's a bar there, built into the remains of an old ship. And in that bar, in the back room, a certain riser does her business. Tell her Grandpa Backval says hello. You'll be her favourite client in the blink of an eye. There we are. Well, your nobleness, we'll be going now, if you don't mind. Iconoclast! I shall not leave you here to die at the hands of the Warden's henchmen. Go. Tell my pilot that it is the Lord Captain's order you be sent to my ship. You will join my ship's crew. You have my personal pardon as a rogue trader. Thanks. We're most grateful, your nobleness. The old man glances at you somewhat sceptically, but then smiles and leaves. New friends! See, we're rebuilding the crew. We're rebuilding the crew. Several reprobates at a time.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Nothing I'm going to loot here. Demolish!
I better myself through my service.
Cool.
Let us see what I found.
Pretty sure we had the key for one or more of these doors, but no, okay. Unsanctioned Psyker Divination. So specifically for a Divination Psyker. More to the corpse starch part. Well, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Are you Divination? You are! Look at that! So you'd lose Lightning Strike, but you'd gain Consign. Next hit against the target will be an automatic critical hit. Oh, combine her with Long Las shot. Guaranteed crit, Long Las. Heroic Act. The next attack against every enemy in combat will be an automatic critical hit. That's good. That's good. I'm not gonna lie. That's good. Lightning Strike was very situationally good. You're not wrong. But with at least one more character who is very capable of causing damage, this kind of makes sense. It's a 0 AP as well. Consign is 0 AP. It's just you getting critted. We can do it every turn without fail. Hell, she can use it on her own abilities, I guess. Because she dual wield those staffs. And no, it's a two-hander. Sadly. Oh, but here's what we can do. We can just equip the other staff in her other hand. In her other set. So we can switch back and forth at will in combat, don't forget. And use both of those. Does she get the... No, she only gets the benefits of the one she's using. So this one actually adds more perception as well. There you go. That's fun. That's light armor. What does it look like? No, I like the carapace. I do some sorting. Have we got anything good here? A shank? Like, for instance, Abelard's close combat, so we could give him a secondary shotgun so that he can always do something fun. You can wear that, plus 5 fellowship for every enemy that gets too close to you. And as an officer, fellowship, useful. We've still got these elixirs as well, just in case they're useful at any point. Give a shotgun to the Psyker. I didn't! I gave a shotgun to the officer. He's okay to have a shotgun. In fact, he's one of the recommended recipients of a shotgun. Surely. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced by 5 for 2 rounds. Stacks up to 3 times. Who's not wearing gloves, I guess? Yeah, cool. Every time she shoots someone, She drains their weapon skill and ballistic skill. Give a shotgun to the Psyker, the most dangerous Psyker in the universe. Psyker with a shotgun. What are you wearing? Armoured body glove? That's not good enough. Enforcer cat. Oh, it overwrites her really cool looking armour though. That's the problem. Look at this. Look at this awesome, awesome, intricate work. And then to improve her armour by 5%. Makes me a little bit sad, but I'll do it for the benefits. Allies targeted by navigating powers gain a bonus to all their characteristics. Yes, swap out for that, because she got the psychic power that targets allies, so we'll do that. What did... And a fire grenade, of course. Abelard, you only need one med kit equipped, dude. Have a fire kit. A fire grenade. Fire kit! Yes! Wait a minute. Who else has got Medicae? No one! Brilliant. We all learn Medicae, really, shouldn't we? Bow hammer. It's not as good. It's not as good. The Deadshot stub revolver's bonkers. Saturated cape. When the wearer uses Endure, they immediately remove one of the effects on them in the following order: burning, toxin, bleeding. That's cool. Yeah, Raven. Yeah. It's not got. It's got better stats. It doesn't match aesthetically with anything I'm wearing, but it's got better stats. It's so annoying. Yeah, that's big. You can wear that one. Lets me get burning off myself.
Blessed be the
to the main level. Build a bridge. Do you want to build a bridge? Oh, you mean lower the bridge? Not really build a bridge, so much as lower the bridge.
The light of terror shines for us.
Oh, ruh-roh. A corpse in a uniform decorated with the winter scale coat of arms. The dead guard did not even have time to draw a weapon. The attack must have come as a surprise.
Chart a course for you.
You just pushed over that fence. I built a bridge. You just pushed over a fence. Potato, potato, you know. Who is cat? Oh, that looks wibbly. That's made of goods. A woken prisoner. I don't like this. Open that.
That wasn't so difficult.
That seems heretical. It does a bit, doesn't it? Medicae 100%.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Killed by poison gas. Oh god, what's over here? Oh, there's... Well, we found Winterscale. He's on the table being interfered with. Good. I'm glad. Glass-making furnace was used to melt the extracted sand into glass. It was back at the start. Tomo, it was basically a shortcut back to the start, that's all. Goods. Goods. Hey, more grenades. And a melter charge. Love that. Let's actually equip some grenades to people because these could be really useful. Especially fire grenades. I like the sound of that. Not the Psykers, though. You guys don't need grenades. Don't need them. Sneaking up behind you. Why is Cassia leading? This is a bold choice.
So much before.
Sneaking up behind you. Hello. Oh, there we go. I told you, Evie. They're hiding so much from us. Arrogant mentors, holy brothers and sisters, what have they ever given us? Nothing but a pile of fibs and useless admonitions. The voice of the man standing with his back to you sounds almost soft. Heedless of everything but what is in front of him, he leans over a prisoner dressed in expensive clothing. But Aurora, she is different. She spoke with me like no one ever had before. She revealed the truth to me, and now I can reveal it to you. If you just stop struggling for 1 minute. What? The man finally realizes he is not alone and turns to you. He is clutching a long, thin metallic rod with blood dripping off it. We have guests. From the Von Valencia's ship, I should wager. Evie, my dear, you will have to wait. Do not faint, I beg of you. It's important that you feel everything, including your other eye. Oh no! As the warden is speaking, a strange sensation draws your attention toward the ground, specifically an open pit in the loose dirt. A single word spontaneously surfaces in your mind. Cradle. The pit itself does not appear to be of much interest, but at some point it housed something of great importance, something faintly familiar to you. The warden's words are suddenly drowned out by a chorus of voices in your head. The entity that still dwells in the recesses of your mind rejoices in a cacophony of cries. This place, it holds great significance for the entity. In the frantic chanting of the voices, you can almost make out words that speak of an ancient grave, one that was opened, for it contained a priceless treasure, a most coveted prize that was retrieved by the faithful after a centuries-long search. Such dreadful shades! Cassia recoils and covers her mouth. The colours of this place, they are putrescent to the core. And these people, their colours are oozing with madness and despair, pain and doom. My pit, there's something special about it, is there not? An item of value was once buried there. Now tell me, Warden, what was the item and who took it from here? The Warden's gaze bores into you, and he smiles with the corners of his lips. You are too late, enemy of the truth. This bastion has already fulfilled its great purpose. You will never find the trail of the reclaimed relic that now rests in the hands of the devout. Step away from the hostage. The warden sneers and glances at the maimed young man. Hostage? How rude. Young Winterscale is my guest and dearest friend. He came here himself to visit his old acquaintance and have a heartfelt talk, and I am merely showing him some appropriate hospitality to commemorate our reunion. As if echoing his words, Yvain lets out a weak moan. How dare you, contemptible peasant! For every drop of noble blood you spill, you will pay 100-fold more. Cassia turns to you for support with an expression that is in equal parts indignant and frightened. Abelard shakes his head somberly. That poor fool. I knew nothing good would come of his naive attempt at negotiating with heretics. However, Yvain appears to still be alive. If we make haste, we might yet save him. Having a scion of House Winterscale in your debt would certainly prove beneficial. Who is Aurora? Oh, so you've managed to barge in here and interfere with the prophetess's designs without even knowing who she is. But it's too late now. You will never attain sight. All you can do is accept your fate. He suddenly stirs like a predatory beast. I do not like it when people take the prophetess Aurora's name in vain. I desire your death, enemy of the truth. The warden raises his hand, and the maimed people start thrashing about in their death throes. But the time for words has passed. Optimates, give your power to this harbinger of Aurora. Let our foes see the truth, or become awash in blood.
I see your
Fun.
darkened colours.
Show them no mercy!
Oh wait, yeah, I know what it needs to do. Idira needs to go one further, so Idira goes there. Argenta can't quite get into cover, and these two need to be like there so they can charge. Right. This is a cult of Slanesh or Tzeentch, isn't it? Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of blue. So I'm leaning towards the Tzeentch possibility. You know? Alright, Cassia. Buffs. Buffs. Buffs! Morning, Jojo. How are you today? Charge! Wham! Oh, nearly took him out in one go. Good work, Cassia. Oh, you should not have just stood out in the open, though. That wasn't smart. It's a lot of enemies for the 5 of us to deal with. Well, he shot his mates 3 times and us once. I'm okay with that. Last day off before back to work. Jojo, it's a bittersweet feeling, isn't it? Yeah. Damn! Abelard is not messing about. Absolutely not messing about, is he?
Indeed.
Endure.
It will be done.
Brace for impact. Just get all the buffs on him. Free grenade. Don't mind if I do. Yeet! Yeah, he died. He did. Like so dead. I was back today, but using this week as a planning week for the year. Sometimes that's a good thing to do with like the first week, isn't it? Like, just accept that not much actual work is going to get done. Work. And, like, go instead for getting the planning done, getting the preliminary side of the work done. Boop! Oh, damn, nice. Yeah, hit him again. He dead? Oh, he not dead. He got 8 hit points left. Dang it. I was hoping he did. Parried. That's unfortunate. Oh, this is a great chance to use the pain channeling. So,
Anything
boop.
Else?
That killed him. Oh. Oh, no. Okay, these things are resurrecting him. I need to break these. Good. Great. This counts as an attack. Noted. Can you please blind him?
Was that you? Or...
Sensory deprivation. You got the full thing, or just the blinded? Looks like just the blinded. Damn. Wait, minus 20 strength? Is that on him? That's on him. That's on himself, the demonic strike. Okay. In the toolbox. Is he buffed? He's not buffed. Buff him. What's he on now? 97 toughness. You can't hurt me. I am the one who hurts you, not the other way around. With Endure, that damage resistance is crazy. So she's got a bolter as well, Tomo, but the long las is great for just like single target big hit damage. The bolt gun is really good for putting it in burst fire mode and mowing down a crowd, especially with her new rapid fire ability, where she fires the bolt gun like 8 times in a turn.
I am a navigator,
which is nuts.
Not a servitor.
That just lasts for a turn, doesn't it? Oh no, that's into the end of combat. Oh yeah, I forgot that. That's why it's so broken. Abelard, get the big buff.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
100% hit chance. Absolutely wrecked. Love it. Oh. Right, how many of these? Oh shit, there's one over there. Any more? There's one over there. Oh crap, there's loads of these. I'm guessing I've got to break them all. Weird things, gotta break them all. Can't go that way. Oh no, I think...
I know if there is very buzzing up. It's just the toothpaste in the milk. That's it.
Okay, that's a very strange statement to come in with.
It's just the toothpaste and the meat.
Okay. Noted. Thanks. For this toothpaste meat-related conversation. Damn. I guess just charge
I will
him.
do my duty.
Let's see what happens if we just repeatedly kill him.
I've suffered worse. At your beck and call.
He's dead again! Oh, that one's lit up. What happens if all three light up? Is that bad? Good? What happens? Oh, he's got another debuff, I think. Demonic armor. Minus 20 penalty to toughness, but gains plus 50% armor against all damage types except warp damage. Okay. And this one is his attacks deal bonus warp damage, but he gets minus 20 strength. So though he's taking penalties, he's also getting bonuses. Noted. I see.
It will be done.
His ass is on fire. Argenta, get over here.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
What happens if I just keep killing him? So like up here, with the sniper, she's got a 95% chance to hit him. With the bolt gun, 25. She's not as good a shot with the bolt gun, but where the shots don't, where the hit doesn't count, I'll absolutely just open up. But where we needed to hit at long range, she's also got the Deadeye shot version, which is crazy likely to hit. Okay, take out these guards, make them not a problem. Can't run and gun. I don't really want to use firearm mastery right now. Shift 3 that guy, so build up the exposed stacks on him. And then we're gonna... I can't do that. Alright, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna consign him. No, we're not. It's too short-ranged. And there you'll set on fire, I think, but we're gonna try it because I want to get close enough to actually do something this turn. I mean, now I might as well do the attack, right? Because the excess damage spills over and hits him. And it's warp damage as well. Blind him again, because it's funny. Just keep him useless, basically, is the whole plan. Right, run through there. You'll set on fire. Shift 3, you'll get rid of the fire. Charge to here. Ow. Oh my god, my itchy face. Ow. And then we're going to use the heroic ability to move forward and probably slap him like 4 times. Yep. He dead again. Oh shit. He back again. Hey monkey. Good night. Sleepy bean. What did he get this time? Oh, less agility. Demonic impediment. Minus 20 agility, but his enemies suffer a minus 20% penalty to dodge. If he keeps on resurrecting, does that mean he's a demon host? Not necessarily. It's just the powers of chaos doing unnecessarily wibbly shit. Quote unquote. Got no AP left. But I'll move up here, ready to attack this lens, because we should probably do that. He's taking damage? What from? What are you even taking damage from, bro? Bleeding. Ah, he kept the bleed. So even though, yeah, interesting. That's quite cool, actually. Okay, I'd like you to buff Argenta. Argenta. With all the buffs. And then do that one.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Because if she can nail him from across she absolutely can nail him from across the map. But she could also hit this unholy lens, which is probably more sensible. Jeez, that does barely any damage. What have I got left? I've only got 2 AP, so I can't even buff it. I'm actually just going to hit that.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That does the trick. That absolutely does the trick. She popped that one. Now, does that take the buff off him? Yes. So he's lost the strength, the one that was knackering his strength but giving him warp damage. Cool. That's good to know. Single lonely god. Oh, jeez.
Pain and duty go
Calm
hand
yourself
in
down. Calm yourself down, sir. Come on.
hand. What is the ringing?
Well, if you can't reach the thing you need to hit, just hit the enemy
Indeed.
instead. Chainsword.
Yeah. Sure hand.
Faith without deeds is
Argenta!
worthless.
Did you just miss? No, you hit it. It's good. I was going to say,
Doubt is
did
for
you
the
just
weak.
miss the immobile object with your 100% hit
As
chance?
the Emperor commands, I act.
That one's down. So that means no more defensive buff for him? Oh, now he's donezo. Surely. Revel in slaughter. Slaughter.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything
Stack
else?
some stuff on his head.
Not this
And then
Friar's draw.
blow his lid right off.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
It didn't hit him. Oh, it did hit him a little bit. Saw his health go down. Jeez. I did not expect that to work. Okay. New. Oh, okay. Can't hit it. Yet. He's bleeding like crazy. It's 15 damage a turn. That's actually really effective. Go, Cassia. How do I click this one?
Be careful
There we
not
go.
to cross my
Like
gaze.
that. Don't cross my gaze. Don't do it. Oh shit, that's her, Is there any way I can do this in a way that it hits him but not Abelard? I mean, I could just tank the hit with Abelard, couldn't I? Boom! Little stir! Abelard don't care. He had enough hit points to not mind. Hey, I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Blood is bubbling on the young man's lips, and his voice is barely audible, but even now it remains melodious and quite courteous. Hevane Winterscale of Coronis. Greatly pleased to make your acquaintance. On the rare days that Lord Winterscale visited Urac 5, the station was awash in a mist of warm hues. We were forbidden from meeting each other, but I was delighted still to see such rare colours in my home. Now, however, his colours are darkening, twisting from pain and bitterness. We must help, Lord Captain. We must save the clarity of his soul, for he whose presence makes the world a little brighter deserves no less. Lady Cassia, I presume, the sacred child of House Orselio. How disgraceful it is that on this day we finally meet. I find myself not at my best. There is no disgrace in your predicament, Lord Winterscale. The Lord Captain and I met under similarly dreadful and tragic circumstances. What have they done to you? The Warden, my friend. I tried to convince him to stop the riot. Diplomacy failed, speaking as a struggle, but he continues stubbornly. Father hates diplomacy, which is why I had to try. Conserve your strength. You're wounded and need help. Wounded. I would have phrased it altogether differently. Tortured and maimed, perhaps? Have you ever had your eyes burnt out? This was my first time. I cannot say I recommend the procedure. He is either trying to make light of the situation or growing delirious from the pain. I like that you can just shoot him. Yeah, finish him off. I must take my leave. I will see to it that assistance is provided to you and that you are escorted from here. He nods, giving in to oblivion. Bleh. It was my first time, quote of the day. Noble sword. precise las pistol, and an improved armoured body glove. We like that, actually, because Cassia can now put on the improved body glove, gaining another 5% armour, and putting her fancy shit back on. God, I'm so glad for that. I was not a fan of her tunic. Combat tunic thing. Oh, there's fabulous prizes up here. Go on, Cassia. Frail navigator, climb that ladder and lug all these down. Come on.
Light of terror, guide our
It was almost
way.
a tabard, but it wasn't. It had too much arm to be a tabard and not enough length. Not that I'm... Ooh. Your eye is drawn to the shards of the enormous lens scattered around the broken device. At first you are uncertain as to what troubles you, but suddenly the realization hits you. The glass shimmers in a unique way, just the same way as the shards of the unknown broken object you found near Theodora von Valentius's desk. What's the matter, Lord Captain? Why are you so interested in... Abelard trails off when he notices what you're looking at. He instantly makes the connection. By the Imperium Saints, it cannot be. Idira bites her lip. I see it too. Whatever that thing in her study was, it was made from the same material as this junk. What? 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 Abelard is at a loss for words. He takes a moment to collect himself, and all at once they start pouring out in a hasty sputter. It's a mistake. Slander meant to blemish the good name of a person who is now dead and cannot even defend herself. First, those minions of the archenemy murdered Lord Captain Theodora, and now... This cannot be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. Come now, Abelard. Remember what she was like? Idira's smile betrays her grief, but at the same time it is strangely knowing. Brazen, assertive. It was like her entire life was a race against fate until fate caught up with her in the end. She would have gone headfirst into a black hole if she had thought it would put her even one step ahead of everyone else out in the expanse. If we could just find out what she was keeping in her desk and why she went to get it during the attack. Sister Argenta's face is full of grief. How bitter it is to know that you were born from bad blood. But do not let this knowledge drag you into darkness. The sister's words ring with a genuine, sincere hope that you be blessed with a worthier fate. She does not appear to be shocked by the news of Theodora's possible heresy. Interesting. Life must be so easy for you sanctimonious preachers. A dubious trinket, and you no longer see a person. You see bad blood, an annoying hindrance. There is enough venom in Idira's voice to poison an entire regiment. Argenta recoils, but the next moment her dark eyes ignite with fury. How dare you admonish me? We're speaking of abetting the archenemy. A person who has tainted themselves thus can never justify their actions. Sure, why go through all the trouble of trying to make sense of anything when you could just label them a heretic and call it a day? Except, dear friend, I seem to remember that you didn't mind Theodora so much while you were aboard the ship. You didn't leave her side for even a moment. She rescued you, aided you, and your adoration wilted the moment you heard an accusation sullying her memory. You weren't surprised or upset, you just gave up on her and moved on. Argenta is right. The danger of heresy cannot be overstated. Hey, we're iconoclastic. We ain't heretic. Lord Captain, I'm not excusing heresy. I just don't believe... I don't want to believe Theodora would be involved in it. That all the good she did can be so easily crossed out with a single word. Walk away from the device. Step away. One of them still survived. Can we break it? Can we make it not a problem anymore?
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
We get it all? We got it all. To the main level. Doodle-doodle-doodle.
is my destiny to traverse the unknown.
Hi there, your lordship. The rebellion has been crushed. I have news of your lord. Is Lord Winterscale alive? Is he alright? He is safe and in one piece. I shall receive him as a guest on my ship, so ready the shuttle. There's visible relief on the pilot's face. Clicking her heels together, she cheerfully barks out. Consider it done, your lordship. Thank you for the good news.
A nice little stroll.
Back to the void ship. Wow. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviours in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual of pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel's systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. A click comes through the Vox channel, followed by a weary sigh. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations, or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the ship being cursed or possessed. Have you tried turning them off and on again? Yeah. You know? Has anyone tried turning the servitors off and on again? Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that, so our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. This is the other. The technomats inspected the servitors and concluded that they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnissiah, such behaviour is caused either by the echoes of minds not completely eliminated, or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nevertheless, the faulty servitors make the crew's tasks considerably more difficult, and High Factotum Janris Danrock would like to discuss how he should deal with the defective property. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. True story. Except I don't have to go there. Ah! Right, so I apparently still have a mission here. What? Why do I still have a... What? Unidentified void ship. Oh my god. Oh no, this is this. What we have here, Lord Captain, it's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. Not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission now too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Repeat, do not require assistance. Hey Fal, how you doing? Copy? The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Aurora protects. Lord Captain, I am told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Riccardi Filia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Revel, can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain. The connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. You heard copy and startled awake. Hey, Coffee. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps. Then several voices at once start shouting over each other. Do not tell! Tell him! We're done for! It sounds shady. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. A merchant vessel? Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You can make out hoarse and furious whispering, even over the crackling of the static. Why? I don't know. What if... Certainly not. The whispering dies, and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, it's a full merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Ravor, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge is almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You manage to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our own business. Straight out of the blue and open fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done? Idiot. It's too late now. The Vox channel again is filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. Ah! We did not come here to loot on a different business, to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. Please. We already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder. I mean, goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Coronis Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics, solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. That's a good point. We're a bit stranded here, and if they're willing to trade... Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. Okay, so here's some important knowledge I'm going to drop on you that I learned through a tooltip, and it's really worth knowing. This is trading in this game, and I've since looked it up and it's been explained. There's kind of 2 aspects to trading. The items you can buy and your reputation. So, you see here I'm currently reputation 0 with Fellowship of the Void, reputation 0 out of 1500. When I reach 1500, I'll become reputation 1, and this next chunk of items will become available to me to purchase. Reputation is gained by giving them any cargoes that we've built to 100%. So you can build up cargoes to 100%, you can trade them, and different factions have different preferences. So these guys really like heretic trophies and Xeno artifacts, but they're not so keen on miscellaneous. You build that up. With regards to the items you can buy, a lot of people are mistaking this as the amount of money that you have. Profit factor is not reduced when you buy something. So I have 15 profit factor, which means any item that costs less than 15, I can just take. These melter charges are now mine. This flamer is mine. This camouflage robe is now mine. Costs me nothing. If I've unlocked it and I've got enough profit factor, it's just my item. You don't spend your profit factor. Certain events in the game can reduce your profit factor, and more events can increase your profit factor. Similarly, though, you can't sell items back to them to like increase your profit factor or do anything like that. You can't do that. But this is a really, really important fact, really valuable. So if I now do some trading with them, and I go, hide the untradeable, hide the stuff they don't want. Have we got any heretic trophies? We have. Or Xeno artifacts. We only had the one, it looks like. Alright, so trade that one. They like jewellery as well. Puts us to 800. A nice streamlining of trade. Because here's the thing. We're a rogue trader. The total value of everything on board of our ship is astronomical. You know? The actual real value of everything on our ship is ridiculous. And as a rogue trader, we essentially have constant income as well in multiple aspects that we're not even exposed to at the moment. We don't have to run it, we don't have to do it, it just exists. So having an actual like credits system or something like that would be ridiculous. It would fly in the face of everything the rogue trader actually is. However, by doing this, we can give them cargoes. What do we need? A little bit more. Any ship components or armor kits are the next most expensive things. There's some armor kits, aren't there? And keep in mind, everything we've stuffed into these is things we don't want. Things we don't need anymore. If they've gone into one of these massive crates full of stuff, we know we don't need it. Like if you loot a Dragon's Hoard and ask GM, can I buy this? It's easier for the GM to just do X items of Y rarity. Yeah. So now, there we go. These force grenades, mine. War World Origin Fencing Body Glove. Cool. 9 more medkits. That's useful. Stalker gloves are, if your ranged attack hits an enemy, the wearer gets plus 5% bonus to crit chance for the next ranged attack against the same enemy. Cool. It's mine now. I've got Power Maul as well. Look at that. Bonk. And a Mizoa pattern autogun. So when you come to do trading in this game, as soon as you unlock the next reputation, just take every item they're offering. Because it costs you nothing, and you might as well have it. Because then it's useful to you. Even if you decide you don't need some of it, and you stuff it back in cargoes to trade to the next trader. That's a thing you can do. In the TTRPG, it kind of worked in a similar way. You pick things up on planets, and while you had 1 or 2 of them for the party, you had thousands in the hold to trade with. Yeah, and it also discourages players from doing, because what I'm doing at the moment with the looting stuff is like, oh, you've picked up 30 autoguns, and instead of the players tracking that and tracking how much they're worth and going and finding someone to sell 30 autoguns to and dealing with that, doesn't matter. It just gets shoved in the cargo hold, becomes part of an overall cargo, and then it's done. You know? And I quite like it. I quite like how it works. This body glove's interesting to me. That is it's improved armor and gives you dodge against melee attacks and parry. That's actually really nice. Just to keep Adira a little bit safer. Camouflage robe. Ranged attacks decrease their target's dodge by 5%. Doesn't stack. The camo jacket on. The camo rag, I guess. What gloves are you wearing? Every time you deal damage, you reduce their weapon skill, ballistic skill, or every time you hit, you gain 5 bonus to crit chance for the next attack. It's tempting. It's very tempting. Your regular auto pistol, go to cargo. Oh my god, the flamer though. Kind of want to give her a flamer. You know? It's a flamer. Its armor penetration is trash. It's so bad. Can anyone else use a flamer? They can't. No one else has got flamer proficiency as standard. Only she'll have it. We'll keep hold of it, just in case it's useful. You can use faux hammer instead of that little las pistol. Put that away. Put those in cargo and forget they exist. Noble sword. Attacks with this sword cost +1 AP. On a hit, it inflicts the disturbed effect. If they're already disturbed, it deals an additional willpower bonus times 2 damage. It's not bad, but the +1 AP to attack is a bit crazy. 2 AP for a regular strike. It doesn't hit much harder as standard. I don't think I'm going to use it. Or the Power Maul, for that matter. Power Maul like for me. No! I have a well-maintained axe and it's absolutely baller. Send them away. Precise las pistol. Improved auto pistol. No, just shove them away now. I'm not going to use that knife. Not doing it. The disturbed effect. Oh! Damn right. So you can start to put some stuff away as well in cargo that you're not going to use. Like the Mizoa pattern autogun. I've bought it, but I'm probably not going to use it. If I'm being honest here, if I'm speaking the truth, I might not actually use that. We do have lots of medkits now, though. That's excellent. So anyone and everyone who's capable of using medkits should be carrying 2. And I think we're going to try at some point to teach more characters to use medkits. Because they're very useful, as you can imagine. I'm going to take a gas grenade, because it's fun. Okay. Nice. On to Rakad Minoris. I'm really enjoying this game. Oh, it's everything I wanted. It's just adventuring in the 40k universe, isn't it? It's literally, and there's so many different characters I could be playing as. That's the other side of it. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. Morning. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here, in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognise the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You're alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Kunrad Voigtvir's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Step back or else! The dead only draw closer and closer, and your fingers involuntarily tighten around the shard, its sharp edge cutting into your palm. It was all a dream! An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by grovelling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon, a skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closing eye. Meeps and ready for singing, how you guys doing today? Thank you for popping in. I will indeed have a totally wonderful stream, and I certainly have been. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. It's an amazing game. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there, on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I am the sword's master, not its servant. Remember that. You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist its will for a moment longer before collapsing to the ground, to the sound of odious laughter. The strain is such that you fear your back could break at any moment. Fog, the first dawn is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in the hands of she who rises above its future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the Weaver of Destinies. Weaver of Destinies. That couldn't sound more Zinch if it tried. Make mortals serve you as their new god, and become the vessel of the edge. Fun! You awaken from the vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what just transpired. So, I've gone heretical in my other playthrough. I think I'm going to go more dogmatic, basically primarily iconoclast, but in choices like this, dogmatic. We're going to get rid of the shard. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now you just have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. got some dogma points. Let's go back to the bridge. To the bridge. Doodle-doodle-doodle. Such a good game. So this is basically Baldur's Gate but 40k universe. Yes. Yes, so this is the next game by Owlcat Games, who made the Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous games. Excellent translations of the Pathfinder TTRPG into video game form from the tabletop format. They then acquired the license for Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader, the TTRPG for that, and have done an also very good job of yes, yeah, the whole servitor. Sometimes you just got to throw out the whole servitor because it's holding a heretical sword shard, you know. It's corrupted at that point anyway. Vent it. So yeah, this is the Warhammer 40,000 tabletop RPG, Rogue Trader, translated into video game form. And again, they've done an excellent job of it. They've made a great game, and because it's not fully voice acted, I get to voice act most of it. It's really good. A character customization is one of my favourite things in it as well. So your character, you choose their homeworld type. Not the specific homeworld, but you choose whether it was a Death World, a Forge World, an Imperial World, stuff like that. Or whether they're Voidborn, born in space. You choose their origin, which has some fairly deep and meaningful differences to make about their overall playstyle. They can be a noble, they can be a psyker, they can be a naval officer, anything like that. And that's their origin. So I'm a psyker. I'm a sanctioned psyker, which means I get psychic powers. Then you also select an archetype for them, which starting out can be one of 4, which is warrior, soldier, officer, and operative, which are, to very, very, with broad strokes, say what they are. Warrior is melee, soldier is ranged, officer is about buffing your allies and getting them to take extra turns, and operative is your critical hit, sniper, assassin-y type character, fills a lot of other gaps in the others. Now, once you pick your starting archetype, that also defines what 3 archetypes you'll be able to choose from when you hit level 16. So the class selection broadens even further there. There's loads of talents to pick at various levels, much like the feats from Pathfinder. For some reason, they didn't add Pastry Chef as an archetype, exactly. And stuff like that. But all of this means you can make some very interesting combinations. I've taken the Sanctioned Psyker, who is traditionally... Psykers are traditionally very mentally powerful but very physically weak. He's very frail. But I've made him from a Death World, which has straight away given him some buffs to survivability and toughness. I've then chosen the Warrior archetype, which focuses down on melee damage and tanking, essentially. So the type of Psyker I am, as well as a Biomancer. So I use my psionic powers to augment my character's existing strength and toughness, resulting in a character that after the first sort of turn or two of combat, when he gets all his buffs off, is actually really strong. So I've taken that frail Psyker and changed how it works. But you can combine those archetypes, origins, and homeworlds to make all sorts of different interesting characters, and I really like that. I really like that. We're going to go to Rokad Minoris. We're going to scan it, and we're going to land on it on Thursday. That's all the time we've got for tonight, chat. Thank you for joining me. Come on over to the Just Chatting page. I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up on the channel. There's some truly exciting stuff. And then I'm going to see if there's anyone on for us to raid tonight. Come on over.